Do you have notes or anything to share me?
I don't got notes, but we'll just go through it. We're gonna talk
Okay, I'll
about.
just riff.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll go through at the top of the line here what we're
I
gonna
don't even
talk
want to know.
about.
I'd rather.
You don't want to
Oh,
know?
wow. Hello. Well, we talked about Melissa McCarthy
Yeah, but I
on a
figured
different
I'd put
stream.
it in
Who's
a official thing here.
this? Wait, so what is this red thing you got going on every background of thumbnails?
It's
Like, what
just
is
kind of
that? It's a
like the
template?
background for the just kind of becoming our template for the background of the podcast type shit.
No, I know. I didn't realize until now how consistent it was. It reminds me of like a comic book
Yeah,
action
it's got that.
shot. You know,
Yep, I've been calling this.
like two things exploding or like going pow.
Yeah, I've been calling all this like podcast type things too. So because I feel like it kind of is.
I'm so
We go through
confused. Like,
stuff.
I really thought Ursula was going to be like Lizzo or something, but actually no. Lizzo's got to be
Dude,
older.
you're never gonna make a
That
black
part's like old.
character. Never gonna make a black character the bad. They even talked about it in Hollywood. They're not trying to cast
Oh,
black
you
characters
know
as
what? I did not think
the
about that.
villains.
You're right. You cannot
It's
demonize them. Yeah.
yeah. So you gotta make them the white
Man, we
character.
live in a weird fucking time right now. It's like everything's got these rules and regulations that you don't even know about until you do something wrong, and then like you're under arrest or canceled or something. You know?
Yeah, man. It's weird time. It's almost interesting because it's almost as racist to be like, all right, well, let's. It's basically like let's not have white people have anything, which is
It's just
racist.
weird. Like
Also racist too.
the
You
further
know, like
technology advances, like it's weird how like the further technology advances, the more like regressed people think, like
yeah.
just communally, like in
Well, it's
general.
like
Like
let's
it's almost like having more access to make things easier makes you more of an idiot. Almost like Wall-E. Like when I watched Wall-E, it kind of made me feel like that. You know, like they're floating in space on like this giant comfort ship, and they're all these fat retards. You know, like it's just
yeah.
too much.
But
It's too
it's
much for people to have.
like nowadays it's like they're fighting inclusivity, like not being inclusive with being not inclusive by saying no white people. So it's like you're fighting against the that with being almost prejudiced towards white people. So it's like I don't know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword really.
No, I know it's not. They don't know how to like balance what they're trying to do. It's just a complete like
Yeah, it makes no
let's do like a
sense.
complete 180 and force feed everybody this agenda to the point where they're like bombing it up. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just like and rejecting.
Yeah. And the first thing on my list here is this is kind of an interesting one. I read this today and I was like, this is kind of made me laugh, and I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Let me switch over here. Christopher Robin is gonna have it's in development a new R-rated series about the classic Winnie the Pooh character getting high to hang out with Winnie the Pooh. They're gonna make like a R-rated Christopher Robin show.
Was he like a little pig kid?
He's a
Oh no, I'm thinking
little
of Piglet.
no, no, no. He's like the actual human in those Winnie the Pooh
Yeah,
series.
yeah, yeah. Piglet always kind of creeped me out a little bit. Looked
Yeah.
like a little clit person or something.
Well, they all kind of. I don't know if it was meant to it, but I know people have talked about it now. But they all kind of represent certain mental illnesses. The characters.
Yeah, no, I've heard that before too. Because
You have some
the
obvious
mule
ones.
is depression.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got
Tigger
anxiety.
is like mania. No, no,
Oh,
I thought
he's
Tigger
like
was like
80.
mania. Like
He's like ADD.
yeah, yeah. Well, like with depression, you go through states of being high and low, and then like like you'll be like very exuberant for no reason. You don't know why, and then a few days or weeks or something later, you'll be like on the borderline want to kill yourself. You know, like it's that like drastic of a um almost like a wave if you look at it like on a timeline or something or like a chart.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up a article that talks about
Well,
this.
who's Winnie the Pooh then?
I think he represents kind of like impulsive eating, right? All right, I'm pulling up a
Well, I
list
know he
here.
likes money,
All right, so Winnie the Pooh,
but
impulsive
he was
eating is near an obsession with honey indicates an eating disorder.
yeah. That's like my aunt. Um she'll like comfort eat crazy weird concoctions, or like I remember once um I went shopping for her, and I purposely didn't buy some Breyers vanilla ice cream
And she
because I didn't
knew,
want her eating it.
right? But she
And
knew, man.
she made me go back to the store just to get the ice cream with nothing else.
Yeah, man. She was probably pissed. She probably knew what you were trying to do.
She was pissed. She was like screaming on the phone, like and at the same time she was like chain smoking, and it's just
Does she
like
have
she
like
has
a?
sleep apnea.
Oh God. Did she snore a
She's
lot?
so big now that she can only go up ramps. She can't go up steps anymore.
Mm.
She
So,
really might be like Brendan Fraser whale level type of shit. She's not
well,
like bedridden where she can't go around like walking, like where you need a like a cart or whatever, or like a
yeah,
little what do they call them?
a rascal.
Like you see, yeah, like you'll see them in Walmart driving around, yeah,
Yeah,
like that type of shit.
it really does make me think of the Red Letter Media thing talking about when Brendan Fraser like broke the table. Like I laughed there. I laughed at most of it. I was laughing, and it is
Yeah,
true. He does look like
I don't
Fat
know if I really
Bastard.
want to watch that shit, to be honest with you.
Oh
Like,
no, I would not
not that
recommend
it
the movie.
looks bad, it just feels like a not like a bad movie. Just
No,
it's
it's a
just
bad
not going to be
movie.
very enjoyable
Yeah,
to go through.
it's not a good movie. It's like I couldn't say it's a good movie. It's a bad movie.
So you think it's overrated?
I don't think it actually really didn't get that much critical acclaim other than the performances, which I think is worthy. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
you're right
it
because
didn't get nominated for things. Like it was all like it was left off the list of everything. It didn't get nominated for anything as far as the film or the writing or any of that. No, that was not on the
I kind of want to. I kind of
makeup,
want to.
acting. The makeup wasn't that great. It was okay. All right, Piglet.
I kind of want to see like this list and then watch an example of episodes because I don't remember that show at all, really.
I mean, I remember the show. I used to like the show. I used to like the show. I was a big fan of Winnie the Pooh. I also like
I
there's
mean, I liked it, but I don't remember like what happened
I
very
want to
often.
say the Doors had one of their songs in Winnie the Pooh. Um
Really?
yeah, it was like a weird cuz it was like the 70s when they made that movie and they kind of had People Are Strange, the song People Are Strange. I want to say People Are Strange is in a Winnie the Pooh movie. I'm going to search it up now.
I'm looking it up, but um I'm just getting like the hmm. No, I'm just getting like pictures of Winnie the Pooh's door. I gotta maybe change the search up or something.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just hallucinating too. It could be like it
Maybe
could be
you're Mandeling the effect.
yeah, it could be complete bullshit, but somewhere in the back of my brain there's People Are Strange Winnie the Pooh crossover thing.
Did you ever see this? Um, Here I'll share it to you in the
The chat here.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
So people make these like little hollowed out bottoms of trees like above the stumps, and then they build little doors in them, and they think that they're making homes for elves and shit.
I've seen it. I've seen it in a few places. I've seen these little
Yeah,
gnome
because
houses
there's
on
one near
walks
me, and like
in
I'll go for
Roosevelt, man.
walks past it, and always I'll like I haven't gone up and touched it because I just don't want to like mess with it, but I want to open up the door and see what it's like inside.
Yeah, I saw one in Roosevelt, a couple of them actually in Roosevelt. Maybe it's like a thing for kids too, like I don't know. But
I don't know.
Piglet.
I like it. It reminds me of like a bird feeder or something.
Yeah, speaking of Brandon Fraser, we got Piglet here. Uh Generalized anxiety disorder. He's always in a perpetual state of worry. It can be heard saying, "Oh dear."
Yeah, I kind of related to Piglet a lot because they would
Eeyore, we
always
talked
like
about.
want to go out and do stuff, and I was like, no, let's like chill, like
Yeah.
agoraphobe.
Yeah, Eeyore, we talked about obvious depression. Rabbit is OCD.
Yeah,
He's very orderly, obsessive, mostly regard his garden. I remember that. I mean, I remember the owl
that's
character.
okay. I feel like OCD is actually a pretty good thing to have. Like
It can
I
be pretty
don't
bad.
like I have mild version of it where it helps me be organized and stuff, which is good. Like being organized.
Yeah, but it's like if you have to have every label facing forward or something, then you're fucking nuts.
No, I don't like. I don't get too extreme with it or like
Oh, I know,
oppress
but
people with
people
it,
do.
but I I do like to have like stuff set up really nicely and like organized and look a certain way and formatted. I mean, I feel like this goes with like design, like graphic design and web design and stuff like that.
There's some
Like
orderly
you don't
stuff, yeah.
ever when you're making stuff like want to have it
Yeah, there,
proportionally set certain ways or
oh
like
yeah,
lay out a certain structure.
yeah. There's certain numbers I'll stick to. I like a lot of even numbers. I like a lot of sixes in my numbers.
Really,
I don't know. There's some stuff I do that are probably OCD-ish,
so
but
you're
not really.
into what is it, numerology and stuff?
Oh
Like, do you
yeah,
think
man.
certain numbers benefit your like luck or like fate?
Yeah, man. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Paul is the
Maybe we should
walrus. Paul's
maybe we
dead,
should look
man.
into
Paul's fucking dead. They replaced him in
drafting
1966.
players. Dude, what was Helter Skelter supposed to represent? I forget.
Well, I
Like
think
the
it was just a song that was a little harder, but
Y2K type shit.
no, Helter Skelter was supposed to represent the coming race war, as Charles Manson said. There's gonna be a
Oh
coming a
yeah,
race war, which
he has some he has
he
some
was
pretty deep connections. He was friends with one of the Beach Boys, wasn't he? The drummer.
I think he's friends with a couple of the Beach Boys. He's friends with a lot of people. You know, he was kind of in on that scene. Yeah, I look. He's like he was pretty nut. He was like kind of a known nutcase. He spent by the time he was 30, he spent half his life in prison. He was always just in and out of like juvenile detention or prison. So he was always kind of like fucked up. He even asked to stay in prison when they wanted to. Like at 30, they're like, it's time to go out." He's like, "Nah, I just kind of want to stay." Like probably should have let him stay. But yeah, he was only a few years off from the coming race war. He just took what is it, 1960 to 2020. So he was off by I don't know, like 30 something years. Wasn't too far, probably 33. He was that old.
I heard people actually like some of his songwriting, and he does some weird freak folk shit that's kind of good, sort of like Jandek or
Yeah, I remember hearing somebody. I
Bigger
forget who it
Picture
was.
stuff. Oh,
This goes
another
back.
tight end went.
Oh yeah, dude, a lot of tight ends are going. I remember hearing in high school someone had a
Ooh,
CD
hold
of.
up. The Jaguar. I think the Jaguars are gonna fuck Evan Ingram over. They're not gonna bring him back then.
No, they probably still will. This could be a depth guy. You know, like when you're in this far. You know,
What do you
second
mean? The
round
second, third round isn't that far off.
for tight end. It kind of is. I don't know. It depends. It's like you have to make. It could be a blocking tight end. You know, like you never know. There's like tight end can be a very role player.
I don't think you take a blocking tight end this early.
I don't know if it's a need or it's like you feel like, oh, maybe this guy could be good. I don't know. I mean, Ingram's not gonna be around as long as this guy will be around. You know, like that kind of thing. Moving on. Owl narcissistic personality disorder. I kind of remember
I
that.
don't really remember that character too much.
I remember him. Yeah,
Do you have a photo?
yeah. You don't know Al? Al was Look at
I'll
this.
look it
This
up.
is Al. Narciss. He looks like kind of like an owl. You've seen him. Tigger, obviously ADHD, bouncing off the wall, can't stay still.
This is not how the characters look. This is like some weird fucking rendering. Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
look at it.
he looks a little more like the card. You'll once you see him, you'll recognize. There's not many characters in
Oh
this
yeah,
show.
this guy's like a complete dick. I
Yeah,
always remember him like lecturing people and pointing his fucking
yeah, bird fingers
bird finger.
that are wings,
Yeah. Yeah, fuck this motherfucker.
putting his wings like fingers. Kanga, the mom kangaroo. I don't remember her too much. I know she was in it. I don't think she
I don't
really
remember
had.
this at all.
I don't think she had
I
social
didn't
anxiety
realize
disorder.
Winnie the Pooh had such a big fucking
Cast of
pool of
characters.
characters.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Roo. I remember the little kangaroo. Yeah, attachment to the mother.
Yeah, actually, these holy shit! Wow, there's toys of Kanga and Roo that sell for like a lot of fucking money.
Should have got
Damn.
get on that Winnie the Pooh boat, man. That's some serious
Well, I
honey right
had
there.
had this one fucking toy. It was like a monster thing that had plastic eyes and like I forget the name. It was like a
Yeah, My Monster
a
or something
monster.
like that. My
Yeah,
Monster.
I had one of those, and it was in good condition, but I think. Oh, this is an interesting pick. Marvin Mims Jr. to Denver.
Yeah, he was on the list.
I kind of
Again,
want.
I think a slot receiver. like,
Yeah, I
like
kind
they
of
all
want
are.
him to go somewhere he would.
He
See,
was. I
Denver
saw him on
has
the list.
William Sutton, Jerry Judy, this guy, Tim Patrick, Albert
What's that one
Akamalu,
guy? That one guy who never
Vic
does anything.
Lucic,
That one receiver who never does shit on Denver.
KJ Hamler.
No, no, he's all right. The other guy, like the main dude, guy sucks. Judy, Judy.
I, list, I listed everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Judy's not good.
Well,
Doesn't seem to be that great. He's one of those people that never panned out as well as he
There's no
was
way.
talked about.
There's no way I'm fucking drafting Russell Wilson ever again. I don't care if he's got fucking.
Oh no, he's like pretty
Tyreek
much,
Hill
he's in his
fucking to throw to.
he's in like his graveyard team. Like this will be the death of Russell Wilson. Like this is it. Maybe a year or two. Like a lot of times when people leave their team, they don't last too long in that second team.
Check that toy out. I just sent you a link.
Let me see. Christopher Robin, schizophrenia because he believes he's talking to characters, which I guess it kind of goes with that show, that R-rated show. Let me see. Oh yeah, wow, that's selling for pretty good money. This plush. I think I
Raw.
I feel like I remember it. I mean, who knows if it's selling though? That's the thing. Is it selling or does someone just list it for high? Like they might have to just keep listing it.
On eBay, you can track recent sales. What's Elizabeth Olsen up to?
I was probably doing below somewhere.
Giant ad.
Probably doing below somewhere with her twin sisters.
No,
and like older husbands. Let me look here. Yeah, so Christopher Robin, the official logline for this project is currently titled Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin is just a disillusioned New Yorker navigating his life through a quarter-life crisis with the help of talking animals who live beyond a drug-induced portal outside his derelict apartment complex. What an interesting idea. I don't know. Sounds better than animals.
I mean,
gives me that vibe of that.
The thing is, like, no matter the concept, if the writing is really good, you can overcome like shitty animation or like poorly looking stuff. Like a South Park proved that.
Yeah, it's about content, not like quality sometimes. It's also, this is all happening because Winnie the Pooh now is what is it? It's free range, it's no copyright because of time. That's why there was a Winnie the Pooh horror movie that just came out called Blood and Honey. So it's
Are you gonna see the Barbie movie?
I mean, I don't know. I'll look to see what people say about it. I'm not going to watch something that I probably won't like. I don't think it's made for me, you know? It's made for
I'm just hoping it's
I don't
so
know.
weird
I don't know who it's made
and
for.
bad that it's good. You know, it feels like a Clueless adaptation.
Yeah, I was also like speaking of stuff like that, like movies, like I was just reading about and hearing from people who saw that Bo is Not Afraid. It sounds fucking horrible. Sounds like
Yeah,
very
I totally get it.
overindulgent.
And like, I know memes are like kind of forgettable and stupid, but a lot of times they represent a lot more than you think. Like, there's a lot of weird, interesting subconscious stuff going on when people make those kinds of things.
Yeah, and
And
I know it wasn't cheap
when
that
I
movie.
saw
It
that,
was like expensive.
I immediately was like, "Oh man, this movie's gonna bomb. Like, this is not good." And I'm worried because I want him to keep being able to make stuff. So I don't want him to like alienate his entire market and not be able to get funding for like future projects and stuff. You know?
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a big deal because this was a really expensive movie for A24. They spent $60 million on it, which is kind of high
On
for
what?
them.
It doesn't seem like anything happens. It just is like, are they just paying actors with that money? It's
It looked
there's
like
no
it's. I think there's a lot of
text, right?
effects. No, there is. It's like there's like a de-aged
Oh, so
AI.
are they trying to go for like everything all the time, all at once type of ripoff?
I don't know, but I know there's de-aged Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
as like a kid. That's all like digital effects. I know there's some serious digital effects into this movie, which all I heard is it's very like bloated, like pretentious. I kept hearing like words that I was like, oh okay, I can get what people are
Well,
saying.
yeah. I mean, the meme that I was talking about was that's like the physical form of being pretentious. It's like you're just sucking your own dick and you don't care about what people think about what you're making. You just are self-servicing your own release. You know?
Yeah, it's just dumb too because I know Ari Aster said like, oh, I don't want to do horror movies. I'm not just a horror filmmaker, but he made very interesting horror movies that were kind of like weirdo horror movies. He could have like kept in that genre, and I think it would have been more successful. That-
I know,
That's
but being a horror director is somewhat limited. You know, you don't want to put yourself
I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think
like
his horror was like
you
I
don't
don't
want
think
to
anything he
pigeonhole
did was
yourself to where
limiting.
you
You
can't
know,
look
like
outside of it. You know,
well, no, I don't think any of his movies really were. They were, I don't know. They're kind of first off like Midsummer's very folk horror, so it's like there's not a lot of things like it except for maybe like Wicker Man. Hereditary, there's not many things like that at all. I don't know. I feel like his stuff is very heady as far as horror. I wouldn't even like. I wouldn't feel if I was him. I wouldn't feel bogged down by hearing that because he makes very interesting horror. Same with Robert Eggers.
that's
The
something we
Northman was
should
really good.
go into. I feel like instead of like all the boner comedy stuff, we should go into folk horror, and like investigating the history of that
Yeah,
because
folk horror is cool, man. There's not a
all
whole lot
three
of good
movies
folk
you
horror
just
though.
said are like really, yeah, they're like really fucking good. So that's a genre I definitely would not want to like joke around and make
There's a
stupid jokes
sequel.
like jokes about and fuck around with.
There's a
I
sequel
kind of
to
am
Wicker Man,
curious
by the
to
way.
know
The sequel by the
how it's
same
gonna be.
director who
Yeah,
did Wicker Man,
but
and I heard it's bad.
the whole like Nicolas Cage Wicker Man overshadowed the original, which was really good and like
Yeah,
really
really good.
weird and even darker.
Better, way better. I don't like the Nicolas Cage one really. I'm not a fan of. I know people like it
No,
though.
I mean
It's got some
it's a meme
cult.
factory,
It's
the
got some
bees,
cult
and then
like.
like, there is one scene that really fucked me up where they put the person's leg on a piece of um timber and
Yeah,
they take a sledgehammer and implode it. That really fucked me up so hard. That was almost like the scene in Midsummer where the guy jumps off the cliff and you can see like all the bones poking out of his legs. I don't know if you remember this, but I left the theater, and I had to go to the bathroom because I was having like a panic attack just having to experience that shit. Like it really fucked me up hard.
So, I mean, speaking of this with Christopher Robin, who would you cast for Christopher Robin? Who would you cast for Chris? Would you,
As a
like
voice actor,
no, it's gonna be live action. It's gonna be live
Christopher
action.
Robin. Well, he's
It's
really
a
tiny. Do
it's
we
gonna be
need
a
a midget?
hybrid. It's gonna be a hybrid. No, he's a. What do you mean, Christopher? He's a regular person.
No, Piglet.
That's gonna be animated. This is supposed to be a live action / animated series. So
Christopher Robin. I don't know why I
yeah,
keep confusing Christopher Robin and Piglet. Christopher Robin. I don't know Timothy
Chalamet,
LeMahieu with all his gowns and half dresses.
Timothy Chalamet. That could work actually. Right. I was thinking maybe Dom Hall Gleason. If I had to like do like a choice that could be kind of cool for it.
Who?
Dom Hall Gleason, the guy from Ex
Who the fuck is
Machina,
that?
Brendan Gleason's son, guy from Ex Machina.
Oh no, he's like an extra man. That guy is not.
No, he's got a show.
charisma.
He's got a big show now with Steve Carell, where he's like a serial killer. He's got a show. He's pretty big.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it selling well?
yeah. People really liked
like
it.
blowing?
It was pretty liked.
I mean, his dad's awesome. I fucking loved 28 Days Later. I feel like we saw it in theaters when it came out.
Yeah. So the name of the show is called The Patient, and basically Dom Hall Gleason's a serial killer and captures his psychologist, which is Steve Carell, and ties him up and basically like has him stay at his apartment, and he like just talks with him. He's like a psychotherapist while he's still like a serial killer. He's like a psychotherapist / prisoner.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I like
I
both
heard
the
good
actors
things.
involved, and hopefully the writing is good to carry it because obviously it's not like a huge budget like blockbuster thing. It's going to be pretty insular and
It could be a
plot-driven.
mini. It could be a mini series though. I'm not like 100% sure if it's like they'll do a second season. I don't really know. I didn't see
That
it.
is so much good shit though. Like Gangs in New York, fucking what was that the movie that just came out? It was really good with uh Banshees or something.
Banshees of Inisherin. Yeah,
Yeah, I need to fucking see that. Is it
it's pretty
that's on
good.
Plex, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you would like it.
Well,
I don't
I
think
like
everyone
In
would like
Bruges,
it. I'll say
but
that. I don't think it's not like In
I'm
Bruges.
not expecting it to be like In Bruges 2.
No, it's nothing
I
even
want it to be
close.
different.
Very different film. It's a very I don't know, it's not like a very exciting movie, but it's like good performances. Looks nice, everything.
Yeah, that's okay.
And
If the
Bruce is like
writing's good,
exciting.
I don't really care about all that other stuff. You
Yeah.
know, as
And
long as
Bruce
you can
almost has
carry
like what's that asshole's vibe? What's that guy? The Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrel guy.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, and Bruce almost has a Guy Ritchie vibe to it, but I think that was just because it was kind of popular
Well,
at
yeah,
the time.
you got to realize at the time, all
Yeah.
of his stuff was like selling
Yep.
so goddamn well. So you get, I mean, that's the interesting thing about like just art and media and all that. You get all these like wannabe runoff rip-off types, but some of them end up being really good and sometimes even better than the original.
Yeah, I think Guy Ritchie has a movie out right now, like Iraq, some Middle Eastern war movie with Glenn and Gyllenhaal or whatever. I heard it's okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I heard it's like you wouldn't know it's Guy Ritchie, which is surprising because you know how he is. Like you always know it's his terrible shit.
I don't know if you remember this, but we were in New York and
Yeah,
we were
saw
walking
him.
down the street and passed him with
Yep.
like some really hot blonde model, like anorexic looking though, like kind of.
No, I remember passing him. He like looked you wouldn't have known. He was I remember he was actually kind of jacked up. Like he looked like pretty like strong.
Yeah, I think he was doing that movie Jarhead, which is a military fucking.
I think he was doing a boxing movie.
Middle Eastern thing at the time.
I think it was a boxing movie he was doing. I remember, like, I looked it up. Because I remember, like, after we saw him, we are like, what the fuck is he doing where he's, like, jacked up? I I think it's like some boxing movie called Southpaw. Southpaw was the movie he was doing at the time. Weinstein Company too. This is pre. Oof. Yeah, it was shot in New York City too. So that's why we saw him looking like that. Yeah, and they used the okay. All right. Well, they shot in Pittsburgh too. You know what? I'm almost kind of curious if the girl that we saw with him was the one from the movie. I mean, it was oh no, never mind. No, it wasn't because it wasn't Rachel McAdams.
No, it definitely wasn't. It
Yeah.
was just some like pretty bland looking bitch, kind of frail.
Hey, baby, it's his wife.
Uh,
I mean, does he have a wife? I don't know I don't know if he's married or not at all.
I don't know. I've never really looked it up.
Never
It was
kept
just
up
like a weird
with
occurrence.
Jake's
And
life.
we also, I don't know if it was the same trip, but we passed the people from this like uh,
From under the stairs, we or
this
chud
group called
people.
Surfer Blood,
Hmm.
which one of the members actually died like somewhat recently.
Hmm. So speaking of that, dying recently, let's talk about the Mario movie. That seems to come up a good bit with us. So
Well, I
Miyamoto.
mean, it's got to be selling well, right?
Oh yeah, it's selling really good. I mean, shit, it's opening in
How is
Japan.
it in comparison to its competition?
It's opening in Japan this week, like tonight. So it's gonna make like tons of. I mean, it's almost at 1 billion, but Japan is gonna really like fucking push it over. It's gonna make it crazy. It premieres today, so we'll see tomorrow. But God only knows what it's gonna fucking do in its like origin place where everyone loves fucking Mario to begin with. I mean, I'm hearing about people seeing it in America like multiple times, like a lot. But yeah, it's
Well, the last thing I saw like the average idiot freak out about was that what's that movie with the blue aliens? Pandora or
Avatar.
fucking
Yeah.
uh, Avatar, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
People
Avatar gets
like
as
you
much
were
play as
saying that they
this.
were crying in the theaters. I'm like, over what, man? It's
Yeah,
like
no,
cartoony as shit.
there was people saying that they got depression after seeing the movie because they wanted to live in Pandora. And so there's like a post Pandora depression for like millennials and Gen Z. It's a thing, man. People are depressed they can't live in Pandora. So
That's what
Miyamoto, the
I'm like
creator,
really starting to see a trend. How much like VR and like morbidly obese in the chair shit we keep leading to. Like all this stuff keeps going back to like Wall-E world, you know?
yeah.
That movie, man, it's gonna be I'm like really worried how prophetic the movie's gonna be. Like I'm hoping it's
Well,
not as accurate
I don't know.
as it's looking like.
I think the overweight thing has kind of gotten a little curbed in the US. I feel like you're not seeing like I think there was a
No,
time.
I don't even
I think it's gotten a little better
I
with
don't
that.
really think about overweight shit. I'm just talking about like the
I
whole
think
reality.
I think
I feel
COVID
like
killed off
they
those
tried to
people
make
too.
everyone fat to make it easier for people to digest what's gonna be like just rich elitists
I
instead,
I
you
don't
know?
know. I see more like if I'm gonna go to
And
like
we'll all be left on a dying planet while they're off on
if I'm gonna see
something
dystopian
else, you
future,
know?
I'm seeing more like Ready Player One, where you live in this like really shithole fucking place. You don't own anything, you don't care to, and you just live in
Well,
the
yeah,
virtual reality
there's a reason
world.
that came out after Wall-E, you know? Like, he saw Wall-E and then adapted it and took
Well, it's
the
a book.
literature of that shitty book. No, I know, but, like, still, like, the idea to keep going down that route instead of just
That rabbit hole.
having that be, like, off.
Yeah. Well, Miyamoto is happy because of the success of Super Mario Brothers here. Um, It actually got a lot of bad reviews at first.
If you needed it,
What was that?
I said like you needed it.
Yeah, I mean, it
This
got bad
motherfucker's
reviews.
drowning in money.
It got bad reviews, but a lot of people are thinking that was kind of coming from Disney's way, being like they wanted to take this thing down a notch so it didn't like jack up the fucking box office, but it didn't seem to work. I mean, the Rotten Tomatoes score on it is pretty fucking nuts. Look at the critics' view. It's 96% audience. That tells you something where it's 96% audience, 60% critics. The critics like wanted this not to work. And that's actually what Miyamoto is saying is like the critic he says like the criticalness of the movie actually only helped it.
It's just, I mean, I feel like when you're reviewing a movie like this, you need to take into account the audience and the market and not make it like, you know, Siskel and Ebert reviewing like the best releases of the year. You know what I mean? It's like you know what you're getting into. So how good is it compared to shitty kids movies? That's
Yeah.
what I want to know.
That's the
Like
thing
what
is
is the context of it compared to like whatever shit Disney dumped out or like
let's
how
get
good is it writing wise?
it's gonna get past it's Disney's biggest movie of animated success, which is Frozen 2. So it's gonna go past it. It's
Yeah,
definitely gonna go
but
past it. It might
that just sounds
hit
like
2 billion.
inflation because there's
Well, that's
been
part of it.
bigger, more impactful movies than are those fucking
Oh
two
yeah, I would
that have
say
never been
Frozen
able to
2.
compete with the level of money.
Yeah, I would say Frozen 2 is an example of kind of bullshittery because yeah, it's like the seats are fucking you're not filling the theaters like you used to. And then yeah, ticket prices are so high. So there is some weirdness to it. That's why like Titanic's success or movies from the past, they really do look a lot better now because inflation and also just you didn't have those like they're packing the theater. Sheer numbers are way down as far as who's actually going. But people are actually going to this movie because kids want to see this. That's the thing. Kids want to see it. These people who like Mario want to see it, which is kind of like our age for
Well, I
sure.
mean, the great thing about this market is you've got the nostalgia built in,
I mean,
and then
Nintendo's
you
like got a
have
serious fan base too. It's not even like there's that too. There's like
wow, the
Nintendo
lines from
gamers.
Hendon Hooker.
Oh,
That's really interesting. That means Jared Goff is probably on the way out.
no, this guy's not anything. I was reading about him. He doesn't seem like he's anything.
He's a project. He
Yeah,
probably won't play for 2 years.
he probably will just
That's
be
whatever. You
a
take a shot.
backup. There's some people that just become depth players, depth quarterbacks. That's probably what this guy is. Maybe he'll play a few games
I mean,
randomly on the Colts at one
uh,
point in his career, like something like that. He'll pop in for for a few games.
yeah. When half of your highlights are rehabbing, that's not great.
No,
I like Tennessee's um
the receivers aren't good,
layout.
aren't
Like
bad. There's two receivers from Tennessee that are
no,
I saw that were
I'm
up
talking
there.
about the college. I like their end zones, the
Yeah.
orange and white checkerboard thing. I like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but there was definitely some bad buzz on this movie, and it seems to only help. Good for Nintendo. I always thought it was like a series that I'm so shocked that there wasn't a big animated movies for. I think people don't like the Chris Pratt not having
Wait,
the
go
voice
up a
though.
little bit. What's the shit on the right here?
That's some other
There's
articles.
there's a Blade reboot.
Yeah, they're gonna have that guy from Moonlight be
Let's
Blade,
scroll down a little bit.
and then Damon Lindelof got kicked out of his Star Wars project. That's
Below him.
Twisted Metal teaser.
Oh
Cillian
wow!
Murphy might do
I
a
forgot about
Tron
that
thing.
game.
I never liked that game.
That game was pretty good.
Yeah, I never liked it too
I played the
much.
shit out of it. I mean, when I had like access to PlayStation, I liked it because I didn't have the system or console, so I was like, you know, obsessed or infatuated with whatever I couldn't get to do.
Well, it looks like it's gonna
Like
be
I remember when early like football games and consoles came out, I had like rich relatives that had those systems and I didn't have one. And every time I'd come over and play them, I just would get like
oh
completely
god,
obsessed
it looks bad.
with it.
All I'll say is it looks pretty bad there.
Who's starring in it?
Anthony Mackie? Do you know who he is?
Isn't he the Vulture or some like wing guy in the Marvel series?
Well, he was Falcon, yeah, but now he's Captain America.
Falcon.
Now he's Captain America, though. He's the new Captain
So they
America.
killed him off.
Did
He's
you
done.
did you watch Endgame or no? Did you not see Endgame?
Captain America died in that?
He didn't die. He like decides to go back in
Oh yeah, you're right. You
time.
know what?
Yeah, he decides to go back in
Yeah, no, I
time
remember the sequence now.
and like live
Yeah,
his
they're like sitting on
life.
a bench
Yeah,
near
you see him
near
as an
some
old
like
fuck.
ponds.
Yeah, he
It
shows
feels
up
like
as an old fuck.
they kind of ripped off like Big Fish or something. You know, they stole like a whole.
That's a good movie. That's a good
Yeah,
movie. That's one of those movies you don't really hear
was
get talked. Big
Big
Fish. I
Fish.
feel like it's great. I feel like you don't hear enough praise of that movie.
It's got such good pacing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like everything that happens
good acting too.
just feels so clean, and like I don't know how to put it. Like the momentum of the film just feels so balanced, and when it's gotta like peak at certain points, it does it at the right time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels so
Well, like
uh
When Tim Burton is like on, he's like
so
fucking on. You know, it's like when he's on, it really works. Like Ed Wood, Edward Scissorhands, Big Fish. Like they really fucking work. Beetlejuice. Isn't that Tim Burton too? Yeah, like that really works.
yeah.
Yeah, like but then when he misses, there's some fucking misses. You know, like the fucking
Yeah, there's
Alice in
no like
Wonderland
friggin'
movie.
later shit where he felt somewhat kind of checked out, you know? Like
Oh,
he's just doing shit to do shit.
the Wednesday show was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was like his
That's
best
Tim
thing he
Burton.
did. Yeah, it's Tim Burton. Yeah, he did the whole show.
I didn't know that. Now I immediately realize why I've been getting steamed with that shit over and over and over again.
You can tell too. Is like all the like
Originally I thought it was because like they were just pushing that Jenny Ortega girl with all the stream
no,
stuff, and
yeah, it's
I
Tim
did not
Burton.
realize that Tim Burton was connected.
Yeah, and there's like this little school
Well,
that's
what's
kind
that
of like
movie with
Hogwarts. It's like if
David Green,
Hogwarts was Tim Burton,
like
so they all have
the
like striped
vampire? What's that vampire movie with
Twilight
fucking no, the vampire movie with
Blade.
Johnny Depp?
Oh,
No, it's like
Interview with a Vampire.
he's like a, no, it's a Tim
Oh,
Burton movie.
Dark Shadows. That movie sucks.
Yeah. I feel like that's where like his
That's like
shit
a
started really going
terrible
downhill.
reboot. Yeah, terrible reboot. That was like self-flating kind of movie. Like I want to do Dark Shadows because I liked it as a kid. That's what that
Well,
is.
it's funny you say self-related because that's what Ari Aster's getting accused of.
Oh yeah,
A
big
lot of
time.
people are saying this news is like a big, shitty waste of time, self-filate, self-indulgent,
Yeah,
pretentious pile of shit.
I mean, I was just reading how
This sucks, man. Like,
Joaquin
he
Phoenix.
had a good run up
Yeah,
until this. You know, he like had a pretty clean track record.
yeah, and I was
Good
just reading,
shit.
like Joaquin Phoenix, who again is always pretty good. Was just they were saying it's like such a waste of using this guy because he's like really good in the movie, but there's just like they're saying like the movie fucking sucks. So it's like it's almost like Brandon
The
Fraser in The
writing was
Whale.
horrible.
Like it's a big waste of someone who's like really good in talent. But I'm sure he did it because Ari Aster did two good movies, so it's like he was there for a reason. I don't blame Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, Ari Aster should have stuck to what he did good.
I know, but at a certain point, like you don't want to keep. It's like with music, like you don't want to keep making the same album
No, you don't have
over and over
to.
and over.
I think I think he still could do something good in the genre. I mean, look at Robert Eggers. I think he's like been the better version of Ari Aster, like with the Northman. Like he didn't exactly keep in the same focus, but it all kind of feels like his shit. I don't know. I think he's almost the better version. I would have thought it would have been Ari Aster though.
Yeah,
This
but
this, this might
Arias
fuck his career. To tell the
has the.
truth,
I
it's gonna
hope
be
not.
it.
I'm really
Probably
hoping
it.
he doesn't think.
I mean, when you make a big
I've
budget movie and
seen.
you lose money. Same with Robert Eggers. Like Northman was $90 million and made nothing. So that ain't good either for Robert. But I know Robert Eggers
I'm
already has
surprised because
the Nosferatu movie, which is already going to come out. I think pretty soon.
who's playing him?
I want to say it could be that Starsguard guy, maybe again. Let me see.
Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood.
Hold on. I'm not seeing it actually.
It makes sense. A lot of directors hone in on somebody they like. It's like the whole
Bill,
Scorsese, De
the other
Niro
guy,
kind of.
Bill Skarsgård is going to play him, the It guy. That guy is a good actor though. I kind
Oh
of
wow!
that guy's
I
good.
kind of until he just said that I didn't realize they're like a lineage.
No, yeah, they're brothers. Yeah, there's like 4 of them. There's a bunch of them. And there's a dad. The dad is in the Marvel movies. The dad's shown up a few
It's sort of
times.
like the
Like the Gleason.
Bridges
Yeah.
family. You got the older Bridges who was in like all those like spoof comedy movies, and then you got Jeff and Dan and Jen and Bill. All of them.
Yeah, what's his dad's name is Stellan Skarsgård. You've seen him probably a lot of things.
Stellan.
Stellan Skarsgård. He's been in
Let
Goodwill.
me
I
look
mean,
it
he's in
up.
a lot of shit. You search him and you're gonna like, oh, I fucking know this guy a lot. Just search him. His brother is Alexander Skarsgård, who's the guy from The Northman.
Oh, this mother- yeah, dude. I've seen this motherfucker in so many things. He's good. He's really good.
Gustav Skarsgård, I've seen him in a few things. If you search the brother, the
Oh,
other
those
brother,
those
like all 3 of them are really
those
big.
Nymphomaniac movies
Yeah.
are like pretty much just like porn movies.
Yeah. Also, by the way, all these like they're all Swedish. They're all like over 6'4". Like every single one of them is like giants. Like that the Pennywise guy is like 6'6".
Chernobyl was fucking good, man.
Yeah,
Did you
Chernobyl's
see
good.
that?
I think honestly, like they're all like every single
It's
one of
so
those
fucked up.
actors is really good. I like all of them. I think the Skarsgård, they're very good. They're very good in American media too. I'm sure they're even more popular over in Sweden. Yeah, I was
funny? He's this guy is in Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Given his like dry demeanor, it feels like awkward to have him in that kind of movie where like everyone's like doing sing-songy musical shit all the time, and then he comes in with like just like I don't know. I don't picture this guy singing monologues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, I heard this Bill Skarsgård is really good in the John Wick movie. Heard he's like kind of steals the show a little bit. As with like Donnie Yen and Skarsgård are supposed to be like really good in the film. I kind of can't wait till that comes out
Yeah,
so I can watch that shit.
This guy's really good. He's in a lot of good shit.
Yeah, and I was even reading
He's actually in
someone talking about Bill Skarsgård, how that little eye twitch he did with it. I think it was Bill Hader. He asked him, he's like, "How do you do that eye twitch? Is that all like digital?" And then he was like, "Oh, this," and he just like does the eye twitch where his eye can literally like he can like pin his eye over to the left side and the other one's still facing forward, like a weirdo, fucking Swedish weirdo. Oh, the Giants just got. Would remember what?
The Cardinals are picking now. But do you remember him as the villain in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Mm-hmm.
The first movie?
Yeah. That movie's pretty good. It's got a good dark vibe to it.
That's a fucked up character.
Yeah.
That movie's pretty good.
There's a typecast these Skarsgårds for sure.
That part with the cat being like killed in the form of a Nazi symbol. It's like really weird and fucked up. Like that's a the movie's like really deranged.
Yeah, it's creepy.
But I'm surprised how like successful it was and how much money it made, given how really weird and like almost like kinky the subject matter is. Like all the strange sexual stuff that goes on with like her fucking this guy up the ass with a dildo that
Yeah.
To like have revenge on him and stuff. Like stuff like that feels almost like a like irreversible or something, you know? Like
Did you ever see like the original one? Like the one from I want to say I think it's Sweden. Did you ever see like the Swedish one or no?
No, but I can only imagine how much even more like extreme and fucked up that version is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's. I don't know completely because I've never read these things, but I'm pretty sure it's a book series, and I think it's a very beloved book series. Let's see. It's supposed to be really like.
Yeah, no,
I've
you're
only
right.
heard good things.
It's like some Tom Clancy type thing. Okay, the Giants are on the clock now.
Giants are on the clock. Got some bald. They got Jerry Reese up there just for good measure.
That ain't Jerry Reese.
No, that's Jerry Reese, man. That's him. Brought him back.
Well, they made this pick fast.
Yeah, this is. Oh, dude, they got the fucking. All right, nice, man. They got the Tennessee guy. Good. This was the top. This was their top receiver at Tennessee, and then there's a guy Cedric Tillman who's This guy is a slot guy, by the way. So get ready for that.
Whatever.
But yeah, I mean, I knew they were taking a receiver.
This guy was knocked in the first and second round.
Oh yeah, I saw him
like early.
Yeah, I saw him on like when I was looking at the list, early second round. He's
Damn, man, I'm liking this draft. This is fucking awesome.
You know what, man? He's not. Never mind, man. He might not be a slot guy. He's on the outside here. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. He's very underweight. He's only 170 pounds, so he's like a thin motherfucker.
Touchdowns.
He's
That's
got
not slot shit.
No, he's not.
Don't score like that.
No, he's not a slot guy, and he's quick. He runs a 4.4, 40-yard dash.
Awesome.
No, this guy's actually good, man. I like him.
And I was like talking about earlier how much I just like Tennessee in general.
I also want to say, I'm looking at him, and he's I think he's really young, man. Yeah, he's only 21. He's like just went straight to the draft.
He's a deep threat. He's an outside guy. What are you talking
about? Yeah. He
looks like he's doing shit like Mike Evans or something.
Yeah, and I'm looking at him. It looks like
That's a steam route, though.
If he stayed,
they're fucking in awesome.
If he stayed in college longer, he probably would have been like next year. He could have been a first round pick because he's only been there for he's only been there for one season. He only played one season. 2 seasons. I'm sorry.
Because of injuries.
Oh wait, maybe I'm wrong. No, never mind. He played 3 seasons. He's played his freshman year, second year. Okay, he's a breakout player. Second year, sophomore season was a breakout player. This last year was really good. If he probably played next year, he could have been in the second or first round, is what it looks like. He's a junior. No, everything I'm seeing is pretty good. Oh, Cedric Tillman's the other guy that just got drafted. He's like, this guy's taller, Cedric Tillman. He's like, he's 6'3".
I mean,
but he's a senior, so you know what you're getting.
It's not really about height to me. It's about like the type of routes they're gonna run. You know.
I
somebody
mean,
who can do like.
The good thing is for the Giants is that they have a spot for him right to go. So that's good.
No, this draft is actually fucking awesome because
the Giants aren't forcing it, man. I like it. They're not forcing it.
Instead of like forcing a wide receiver pick after the run, they just said, "Fuck it, we'll wait and get other things that we need, and then if something falls, we'll get it."
Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. I'm completely down with that. Where you just
this guy was, I've seen him mocked in the first round, not to the Giants, just in general, to other teams in the first round, like the end of it.
Yeah. So this guy, oh wow, this guy died. The Swedish writer for the Millennium Trilogy. So it's like Swedish crime series. Interesting. Okay.
It kind of reminds me of that. What
It's
is
like
that
Mario.
shit
It
with
reminds you of
Tom
Mario,
Hanks?
right? The Super Mario Brothers movie with
No,
Miyamoto.
that shit with Tom Hanks, and he's like in the Vatican and like
Oh, like
chasing some albino.
Dan Brown kind of shit. That author.
Is that Bourne? Is
No, I
that
don't think.
Jason Bourne type?
Nah, that shit's kind of not like this. This is more
You know what I'm talking about? When Tom Hanks has like long hair
yeah,
and he's with
Da Vinci Code.
that French girl from Amelie, and they're
Yeah,
running around and
it's the Da Vinci Code, but
collecting
by
stuff.
Dan
Yeah,
Brown.
Da Vinci Code. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, no,
Holy shit,
no,
that's
no.
gonna.
This is not that cap. Like I can just tell by the look of this guy. He's more like a true crime type writer. Really dark, investigative stuff. Kind of more like to me it looks more like a Silence of the Lambs type feel, going off of that vibe. Not a Dan Brown conspiracy. Nicolas Cage on the back of the wall again, the Constitution. National Treasure. You ever seen National Treasure?
Bits and pieces.
I've never
It's
seen it.
got
There's a few things I've never
it's
seen that
got
I feel
Nicolas
like I should see.
Cage
Never seen
as the star.
Transformers. Never seen
His
Transformers. Never
dad
seen National Treasure.
is
Wait, did the
well, I
Giants
only seen
trade up? The Giants trade up? Get that pick?
no the Falcons you're picking right now.
No, I just saw something on ESPN saying they traded up. Did they trade up for that pick? They might have. I think they did.
I don't remember. I literally just watched it, but my short-term memory is pretty fucked.
Yeah, I think they traded up to get that, which is interesting, man. I mean, I guess, hey, they know what they want. I mean, that's good, man. Get guys that you're going to like use. Giants have that's a good thing is this guy has a spot. He's a third round pick and pretty much has a spot on the team to earn. So that's pretty like a good plus.
Yeah, I feel like Paris Campbell, Shepard, and whatever like end of the bench shit is gonna get phased out. The core is Wandale, this guy, and unfortunately Slayton because of his role. Like you can't get rid of him right now.
Yeah.
You need somebody on the outside.
Yeah, man, it's funny how college teams have such better jerseys and fields. They're really a lot funner with it. NFL sometimes especially maybe we're used to the Giants. Giants are such plain jerseys, plain everything. A little too classic.
Well, they got those like gray, shitty, like Depends looking pants, and then
it's classic,
blue
you got
and
the
red.
classic pants.
Like blue and red is like their most interesting combination, probably, which is what Captain America or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind their colors. I like those red jerseys, but I know like a lot of Giants fans did not like the red jerseys. I always did. I like those a lot.
I don't really mind whatever they do. I just
kind of need another how they use the classic jerseys. That's become more their other jersey, which is nice. It's nicer than what they have. I'm sick of the NY logo. The old Giants logo is better.
Well, what jersey do you like? I don't even think about jerseys. When I do like Madden teams, I usually pick the Bengals or the Bills. I like their color schemes and jerseys, and the Jaguars. Those three.
I like the old Giants jerseys with the blue jersey with the really dark blue helmet that says Giants across it, not the NY. It says Giants. That's what I like the best as far as the Giants gear.
Link me a photo of it in the chat. Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta get some water.
I mean, I'll kind of. Yeah, this is what I like. I mean, they've played in it recently. They've been using it. It's the dark blue helmet with the Giants logo with the old throwback jerseys that kind of look like how the Bills use now. And I would say I like this better, where it was like a super shiny. But I don't know. It looks good. It's nothing special, but it looks nice for them. The retro jerseys, they're calling it now. I like it. Like this. This was fucking nice. Also, this big fucking face mask that's way too way too thick of metal is fucking dope. I remember like playing football and that's like kind of what it looked like. Going back to like the 90s Pop Warner shit. I don't know, it gives me some Tribe Called Quest vibe there. Like this right here. Might as well be listening to Fife and Q-Tip. You know, I bet you Saquon Barkley's had some Tribe Called. Maybe he's rocked some Fife. I kind of only hope that, right? What's the scenario, y'all? I was listening to some Tribe Called Quest earlier. Fucking good, man. It was nice also having beats that, like, all the beats feel like jazz. It's nice. I mean, I know Madlib, like, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Madlib. He's like a DJ rapper guy, but he would sample a lot of jazz and Blue Note stuff. And if you listen to the old Tribe Called Quest, it's just filled with that. It's filled with it. It's really nice. All their music is fucking good. You know, it's just disappointing when you see new rap today. Although I did hear a riff raff song today that actually was pretty good. If you guys want to search riff raff stars in his car or some bullshit, I don't know. I heard a new riff raff song that was good, Leon. You heard any new riff raff? I'm gonna find out this title. Let me take a look. Let me take a educated look here. Riff raff. Yeah, it's called it's called, come on, let me see. Stars in the Roof of My Car by Riff Raff. Ain't bad. It's got a good little hook. A surprise. But it's nothing like a Tribe Called Quest. Check that scenario. You guys know the scenario. You guys know what's up. Flushing it down with Brown, by the way, here. Taking another shot. It's been a few. Right now, this is my sixth. So that's why I got a little slur going on. Get that sixth slur going on. Sixth slur. Slur. Sixth. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm actually looking at this. Look at this guy. He says, Giants throwback jerseys, thumbs down. And look at this. Love them. People like them. So it's like you're the only ones. Oh, thumbs down or thumbs up? That's the question here. I like them a lot. I think they look really nice. Even the old font on the back here, that sans serif font right there, it looks nice. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, if you look at this, it doesn't look bad at all. It's not even that boring. It just kind of looks classic. New York has a classic vibe, unless you're like the Mets, the Jets. Mets and Jets kind of have trashy looking gear. You don't know that too well. He likes those Mets. Basically, like a garbage. It's like a garbage man's uniform. Whereas like the Giants, the Yankees kind of have some classic looking gear here. Giants especially, or Yankees especially. I think they do have classic looking stuff. I mean, orange and blue. Nah, bro. Orange and blue is not too good. Look at even like when it was before the Mets did the Dodgers with the blue and the white. That worked better. Orange and blue.
People are really liking the high pick.
Oh, nice. I got the throwback jerseys for the Giants on. I was just talking about how bad the Mets colors are.
The Mets, they're blue and yellow.
They're blue and orange. They just kind of look trashy. You know, like there's a classicness.
Orange,
to the,
yeah, not yellow, orange.
Yeah, there's like a classicness to the Giants look and to the Yankees look. Mets just kind of look like I don't know, like a clown, candy colored clown. Who's that? Is that Roy Orbison, the candy colored clown, or is that the brothers? Those what's his name?
Everly.
Is that the Everly brothers, the candy colored clown?
I think you're talking about Kathy's Cloud.
No, I'm talking about the candy covered clown. Um,
What the fuck is
I'm
that?
talking about a candy. Wait, maybe is it Kathy's clown? Is that the Everly brothers? That's a good
Packers.
song.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Packers just drafted a 6'6" tight end.
No,
and they
no,
don't have a
no.
tight end.
I'm
So
talking about the candy covered clown. I think that's Roy Orbison. I'm almost
I don't
positive
know.
it's Roy
Yeah.
Orbison. Yeah, it's Roy Orbison. It's called the name of the song is called In
Colts drafted
Dreams.
a wide receiver. Nice.
Oh, Josh Downs. You know what's funny? I saw all these receivers that are getting listed now. I saw them ranked a lot higher. I also was talking about
Yeah.
Riff
Well,
Raff.
same with tight ends. They all fell.
I was talking about Riff Raff's new song. I heard it was not that bad. Stars in the roof of my car here. I can't play it, but I can show you clips. I can show you images here. He's got stars in the roof of his car, you know, like those cheap looking lights that you could put in the top of your car. That's what he's got.
It's looking good. I mean, it's hard to get a clear indication of what's happening. His facial hair looks crazy.
Yeah, he's got some he's got
Oh,
a
go
serious
back.
barber right there. Look at that right there.
Oh, he's got a feature.
He's got a featured mellow racks. I mean, I wonder if that's because she's got like a big rack.
I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on because you've been. They look fake. They look really hard.
Yeah, they might be fake. Yeah, they're probably fake. I can tell by that. Yeah.
He's playing golf.
Yeah, I mean he's was he like the corduroy panther? I don't know. He's a man of like 100 different nicknames. Jody High Roller. I don't know what he calls himself anymore.
He's got a lot of good references.
Neon Pink Panther or something. I don't know. That's probably one he's used, right?
Neon Sandals.
Deion Sandals. Yep.
You play? Oh, I know we can't play that. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, I can't play it, but I could show it.
I know, man. We're under like some fucking 1984 goddamn shit. You know, we can't just freely do what we want, play what we want, talk about it. You know,
it's no, like man, we can't live, man. That YouTube doesn't want us to live. Whereas like Twitch, Twitch doesn't seem to give a shit.
Care about us watching this fucking shitty ass single people will forget about in 2 minutes.
Wow, it's funny looking at this. There's 1.4 thousand people that dislike this. I don't know why, and it would actually come on. Yeah, that's what I get. It's like that's a little crazy. You'd come on dislike this with Riff Raff.
Maybe
like, come on.
Something I don't know. I didn't realize he was that hated.
I mean,
it's kind of like.
I mean, he's got 34. I mean, he's not ratioed. He's got a good ratio here. I'll say that he's got 34,000 likes, but 1.4 dislikes. But
I know, but I'm surprised there's so many downvotes. Maybe the song just fucking sucks. It's not about him.
No, the song's pretty good. The song's not bad. It's got a good it's got a good little hook.
I can't fucking hear it, so you know.
But yeah, check that one out. It's not a he's got like auto tune on. It's not a bad song. I listened, I was like, all right, this isn't that terrible.
All right, give me wow, this is fucking 6 minutes long. What the fuck are they doing?
Look at that star in his beard there.
It is like fucking Beethoven.
Yeah, he's basically Beethoven. This is Beethoven. This is the fifth. All right, so we went off track a little bit here, but
yeah.
Let's get back here. What was I talking about? I was talking about Mario. We're always talking about Mario. All right, we got some news about James Gunn getting a Superman character James Gunn, who's his newest movie, The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, comes out I think next week. So I know there's been previews for those in the know, the shills who get to go early and get a a free goodie bag to leave a good review. Although I have heard, I mean, I'll say this just from personal opinion. I do like those Guardians of the Galaxy movies the best out of all those Marvel things. And I'm not.
Yeah, they're not bad.
I'm not a Marvel fan. Like I don't like Captain America. So I like if people who like Marvel, they love those Captain America movies. I didn't see anything in those, and I don't really get it. I liked Iron Man. I liked the.
I mean, there's one thing I liked about him was Haley Atwell looking really fucking good.
I don't think I know who that is. Who does she play?
Big titted British secret agent that
Oh,
in love
okay.
with.
Yeah. The like the love interest.
Yeah. You don't remember her?
I remember her now. She's like the one who he's like I know what you're talking about.
You don't find her that attractive?
No, she was good. I mean, she's
She's got
good.
a pretty hard chin. You know what I mean? Like her chin's very masculine.
But yeah, as far as
And,
like
like,
Marvel stuff
pronounced.
goes, I like the Guardians Galaxy stuff. I like the Iron Man. I thought that first Avengers movie was kind of fun. I didn't really like the other ones. I thought Spider-Man was okay. But yeah, I'm interested to see this movie. It looks like they're gonna. It's funny because James Gunn is done with the series. Bradley Cooper is done with the series. Bautista is done with the series. So
Wait, they replaced his voice?
they're just done, man. The only one who's gonna probably like Gamora is gonna stick around, and Chris Pratt is gonna stick around. And especially when I'm thinking like Marvel with comics, like you could do a whole Gamora movie, you could do a whole Chris Pratt, Star-Lord movie. So probably something like that's gonna happen.
Oh, they'll milk the fucking shit out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did only. I mean, I do like James Gunn. I think James Gunn's really good. He's good in this this fashion of doing like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I don't know how good he'll be at making a Superman movie. So he's making a Superman movie right now.
I gotta say, Superman feels tough. Like everyone who attempts it fails almost. You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's one good
small bill shit.
I mean that one 70s movie is really good. It's very good. It's like I would also say that is one of my favorite superhero movies is the Superman by what's his name? What's the director's name? Richard Donner. Richard Donner Superman from 1978 is a good movie. It really fits and I really liked Margot Kidder. Gene Hackman is like Lex Luthor. It's a really good movie. It's like a good movie. Marlon Brando's in it. It's a good movie.
I remember the one with the 3 people in like black ninja costumes.
I mean, I guess I'm weird with superhero movies, but my favorites are probably like the Superman movie.
One?
That's in it. Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, they're in the 1978 one.
People in black ninja costumes.
Yeah, they're the villains in that movie I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
the one I remember most.
The main villain is who Michael Shannon played in Man of Steel. Out of they rebooted those villains into Man of Steel, and Michael Shannon was like the main guy, and they got rid of the other two.
What was his name? It was like something with Z, right?
General Zod.
Zod, yeah.
And I like Michael Shannon. And I don't.
Yeah, he's in a lot of good shit.
I don't think that Henry Cavill guy is bad. I think he just sort of never got a good part. I feel like it's not his fault.
Didn't we see
he looks good. He looks like Superman.
Like that weird Michael Shannon movie in theaters with the kid with aliens and stuff. Didn't we see it?
I like that movie. That movie was pretty good.
I'm just surprised it got released that wide. You know what I mean?
Like, that was back when they were releasing movies, man. Like that was back when movies were getting released.
I know,
that doesn't happen.
Being able to see The Lighthouse in theaters is probably gone. You know, like when we saw that, that was like the last thing I really remember like seeing in theaters before everything all at once at the
Yeah, I
same
mean
time.
that
But
movie was called Midnight Special. I liked it. I thought that was good. I mean,
Midnight Special,
I
yeah.
wouldn't say it
And
was the
weren't
best
there
movie I've ever
like all these
seen, but I liked
invisible
it.
theme parks?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like no, not theme parks. They look like theme parks. They
I mean,
weren't.
I really like that
They were
cast too. Like Michael Shannon,
civilizations.
Joel Edgerton, who's good. I think he's a really good actor.
No, it was. I liked it. It felt like a
Cast is
hybrid
really
of
good.
like it felt like a hybrid of like Close Encounters and like a End of Times father and kid movie, you know, like post-apocalyptic thing, like
Yeah,
combined
yeah.
together.
Go watch my Midnight
It
Special.
was good. It was
That
really
movie
good.
needs
It was weird.
more
It had like all these
especially like on hindsight. That movie is very good.
yeah, I
Um
know.
Jeff
I feel like there
Nichols.
should be a channel that like tries to dig up things that were way underrated and hopefully then get more exposed
Yeah,
from
I like
like
Jeff
just a YouTube
Nichols.
video
I'm a big
getting.
fan. I like Take Shelter a lot. I like Midnight Special. I like Mud. I like all those movies. I've
Yeah,
seen Loving. It was okay.
he's got a good cinematographer too.
Yeah.
Can you
I
look
mean,
that up?
I've seen most of his movies actually.
I
How
like the
come?
look of his films a lot.
You know
They're
what?
very clean.
It sucks. It's like how come this guy's not doing something? Unless he's doing something right now. Okay, it looks like he
I don't
is.
know. Maybe he doesn't want to do stuff.
No, he's just all right. So right now he's doing okay, this looks good. All right, this looks. I'm all in on this actually. The
Yo,
bike
check this guy's
riders.
name out. That just got drafted. It's fucking
Oh,
awesome.
yeah,
Yaya Diaby.
Diaby. Yeah, but this movie looks good. The Bike Riders. It follows the rise of a Midwestern motorcycle club through the lives of its members, starring Tom Hardy, Michael Shannon, Austin Butler. I think really fits with that whole role. You got Norman Reedus in there. This sounds actually kind of good. I'm actually in on this.
Yeah. Is it on Plex?
No, this is what Jeff Nichols is working on right now. So
Oh,
it's
it
kind of
hasn't
good.
come out.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds like something. I mean, I don't know
I
when it
thought you were
will come out, but
like
sounds
going
good.
over his history of releases.
Yeah, I mean, what I hear from him is this sounds like it'd be something pretty good.
Well, check his stuff. Like what other stuff he got going on?
Well, he was a writer, so a lot of his stuff is gonna be writing credits. But he wrote Shotgun Stories, which was I think also Michael Shannon. All right, she's a writer director. I saw this. This was pretty
I
good
actually
too.
saw that. No, never mind. I did
No,
not see
I
that.
saw this movie. It's pretty good. I don't remember it a whole lot. I think I saw most of this guy's stuff just because I liked his style. I really liked Mud. Mud I thought was really good. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I like that too. That's with that sequence at the end where people are getting like blown up with shotguns and like diving off into
Yeah.
uh like pond houses
Hmm.
like
I
near the
really like this movie.
Amazon.
I really like this one a lot.
It's a weird.
I
It
like this
almost
guy's.
feels
I
like
like this guy's
Alien. Like
movies a lot. This guy's movies is they're very
what I
interesting.
like about Mud is that it just feels like such a weird, isolated place that's so unique and it's hard to like really relate to it. But in a way, like you can see all the like these. I don't know. It's like a riverboat community. Like they're all constantly on a.
Well, it makes me think of
Oh shit! This fucking movie, man.
Beasts of the Southern
I love
Wild.
that Beast movie. It
Yeah, that
reminded
movie's
me of
real weird, man. Like real weird, real good visuals.
it reminded me of that monster book that Wes Anderson made a movie out of,
Um,
Where the Wild Things Are.
no, it wasn't Wes Anderson. It was the
It
other
felt
guy. What's his name? The guy who did the Tribe Called Quest videos.
Spike Jones.
Spike Jones. Ben Zetlin. What did this guy ever do? Except talk to Kevin Smith. Probably cried during the interview.
I don't know.
Did you hear about the Kevin Smith news? I don't know if you heard about Kevin Smith news.
No, what happened?
He just kind of said he talked about he realized he had a mental health breakthrough where essentially he recounted like as a kid he was like sexually abused. I don't know. Like
Okay.
as a kid, he was forced by another neighbor kid to like have a sexual situation with a little girl that was his age, but he always would like put it out of his mind or something. He said, but he says now he's dealing with it. I don't know.
Dude, you see this? Do you see this Connor McDavid Wayne Gretzky commercial for BetMGM?
No, but fuck, Connor McDavid's really good,
Check it out. Like,
dude. So
Google
is
it. I've never seen hockey. I've
Draisaitl's
never
fucking
seen hockey
ridiculous, man. Draisaitl's
marketed that
crazy.
hard before.
Draisaitl's been nuts too.
Yeah,
It's like he's really good.
it reminds me of like I hate to say it, but Crosby Malkin type
Yeah,
shit.
it's
You know?
getting they're getting there a little bit. I mean, they're
I
all
mean,
it's
I hated those fucking teams. I hated those teams, but they were dominant with Chris Letang on defense. You know, like they were just so loaded on every single line. It was just bullshit. You know.
well, this is the first year that the Wizards or well, not the Wizards, the Capitals and the Penguins have not made the playoffs. So neither Ovechkin or Crosby got in. Not this year.
Well, they're pretty old now.
Beginning of the
I
end
wonder
for
if
them.
they're.
You know,
I know, yeah. I wonder if they're kind of getting phased out, like
could
Patrick
be.
Kane is right now in the Rangers.
So speaking of it, going back to James Gunn talking about Superman.
Yeah,
You like that
sorry, I'm like
transition?
watching the draft right now, man. I'm like not in movie. I'm not like thinking about anything.
You're not thinking
other
about
than
Superman, man? Why aren't you thinking about Superman? He's the shining
just
light.
a lot of the picks that are a lot of the picks that are going on right now for skill position players. I'm trying to remember and think of when I draft next year. Like I'm
You're
trying
not
to
thinking.
remember and like
I mean, so like Cal L's not in the back of your head. You know, you're not thinking about the boy from Krypton. You're not thinking about
who
Clark Kent.
Khalil.
Cal L, man, Cal L,
Oh,
bro. Krypton,
oh, I
the
thought you were
boy
talking
from
about like a
Krypton,
somebody. I know
Superman,
you said that name like I thought somebody that get the fucking Giants drafted.
the Ubermensch,
Khalil who?
Ubermensch,
Khalil who?
the Ubermensch himself, Clark Kent. So Gunn explained that he's got some
You don't you think
action.
it's fucked up and kind of I'm surprised like isn't there a big backlash on Superman having alter egos where he can expose people's information and use it against them, you know?
Oh, the thing about Superman, he's a very like he's not that kind of person. You know, he's. I mean, I'm looking at
Oh yeah.
what what James Gunn's saying. It is true. It's like that is the thing where Superman doesn't really exactly like like flow into our modern times because he kind of represents someone who's like compassionate and nice. It just doesn't really work in our age of like like an anti-hero Tony Soprano type. And like we're in the age of the anti-hero. I think we're kind of getting out of it, but that's what we've had for a long time. That's been our main like look at Walter White. He's a good example. Like everyone loves Walter White. It's like not a good person.
Or jokers. Like people just
Or
want more
Joker.
jokers.
Right.
You know? They
I mean,
love Jack Nicholson, they love Heath Ledger, they love Joaquin Phoenix. They just want more jokers.
yeah. But whereas like Superman kind of represents like the good side of humanity. I don't know if people are exactly in on that. It was the same thing with like westerns. That
Maybe
was a big
more.
western vibe where you had when you got a western, you got like the guy who's like the righteous guy who comes
Westworld.
in to like take over the town. Like the guy like the main character of Gunsmoke. You know,
You've seen Tombstone before, right?
yeah, I
With
love Tombstone. That's a good
Val
movie.
Kilmer.
Yeah. But definitely my favorite
I've seen that movie like I've seen that movie like 100 fucking times, like Gladiator. I don't know what it is. It's just it just I don't want to say like a perfect movie, but it's just
no,
like
it's not a
the
perfect movie.
pacing of it.
No, it's
No,
not.
no, I'm not saying that. It's like the pacing of it is like so comfortable where every time I watch it, it's like non-invasive. It's like just still holds up, but also like I know I'm gonna see a scene that I've already seen 100 times again, but I'm still like looking forward to seeing that scene again for like the 100th time. It's hard for to like to create something like that. Like that's not I don't know. It's like not something like I go back to all the time.
Oh yeah, so I
And
was
also, the
actually
cast is really fucking good.
yeah, really good. I was in a western like a big western kick early on in the pandemic. I was watching tons of Gunsmoke, and I saw Tombstone. But before I watched Tombstone, I watched Unforgiven, and fuck, Tombstone does not even fucking compare. Unforgiven is the best. To me, that's the best. That's the
Well,
best
Tombstone's
western
a
that's been
little
ever
bit
made.
kind of
It's been
cartoony,
yeah, it is.
It's
It's a
like
little
it's a
cartoony.
little goofy. That's
It
like a
almost yeah, I like
serious
it.
movie. Like
It
that's
almost reminds me more of like a Gunsmoke, more of like an old western. But
right.
Unforgiven's like
Like
fucking good.
you
Like
can't
that
compare them
holds
because
up.
like Unforgiven's like almost like a drama, like you're watching Mystic River, and Tombstone to me is like almost like a cartoony western. Like everyone's gonna shoot each other, and like I care about the characters and stuff, but they're all like so weird and characters of each other, you know.
More modern western. Yeah, I know Yellowstone is probably the closest thing that we have nowadays to that. You're seeing Yellowstone, kind of like a soap opera. Guaranteed, Pat would like Yellowstone. I can tell you that right now. Probably already likes it. I'm gonna take that pick. He's a Yellowstone fan, all right? But yeah, looking back at Superman, I mean, Superman's a relic of the past. You know, he really represents that 1940s post-war culture of being a hero, which no one really wants anymore. So it'd be very interesting to see what they can do. So I'm gonna predict Elliot Page being maybe Superman, maybe Timothy Chalamet. Let's get a waif of a male in there, right? That's the word. Is like who is James Gunn gonna choose? Because I mean, you had Henry Cavill, who I don't know. To me, really looks a lot like Christopher Reeve. I think he was a good choice. I don't think he was ever given the greatest material. I can't flat out say I like Henry Cavill as an actor. I think he was all right in The Witcher, but I can't say he was ever given anything good as far as material. Or maybe he's also just not that great of an actor, where he's given material and it just doesn't seem to work. It's like I'm on the fence with him as an actor. Like I see a lot of nerds that really come out to support Henry Cavill, and I just don't see it exactly. From what I've seen, he's very mediocre. He's almost like a model, you know. Like there's actresses that are like this, that they're very good looking actresses, but they can't really pull off a good role. I get that vibe um of Henry Cavill. What do they call him? Like not a bimbo, but a himbo. He's a himbo. He's like a Chris Hemsworth. They're himbos. Okay, yeah. So all right, I'm looking at the Gardens movie. So who they kill off? I mean, you have Mantis who can get killed off, who's been a cute. I guess you can't kill her off. She's like a cute Asian-y type alien. That's comedic relief. It's probably gonna be Drax. They've also made him kind of like the Christmas special had him be the main character. That actually was one of the better things I've seen of Better thing I've seen in Marvel was that Christmas special.
What was that?
They did a Christmas special for the Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't bad. They like kidnapped Kevin Bacon. That's basically like the whole special. It felt very whole thing felt very low budget. I think James Gunn just hasn't give a shit. He's already checked out. So it's just like he's doing what he's obligated to do. Oh, by the way, I was talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, you make enough money, you don't, it's like
Well, and
it's
now he's
the
making more
Albert
money. He's
Hainsworth effect. You
he's
know what I mean?
now like the helm at DC. He's now like the main guy at DC. So why even care for what Marvel does? You know, like fuck that Disney bullshit. I was also just talking about westerns. Does Pat like Yellowstone? I can see Pat liking Yellowstone. That's probably
No,
the
he
only.
watches old shit.
Wow, he doesn't watch
Like he
Yellowstone.
just is. He watches Blue Bloods, but other than that, he watches stuff from the 70s.
You're watching like Me
and
TV. He's watching like Me TV
He
all the time.
watches the Munsters. He watches these weird cop shows I've never seen really. He watches
He must be like a Me TV fan. Good channel. Very good
maybe.
channel.
I don't know. But
You ever see Svengoolie?
you mean Svengali?
No, Svengoolie. It's he's like a
Svengoli, okay.
he's like he kind of has this vampire look to him, but he's like very fake. It's kind of funny. And then he shows old movies, but in between the movies and commercials on MeTV, he'll have these little sketches and skets and all that kind of shit. Svengoolie's good.
He's not gonna watch that. He's into like cop shit. That's like some mystery science theater type of shit.
Yeah, kind
Like,
of. It's hard to explain.
He does like the monsters. So he loves the fucking monsters.
Here's Svengoolie. I'm gonna pull up some photos of Svengoolie. Here you go. He's like he was basically a Chicago
I've never
area.
seen this shit before.
You've never seen Svengoolie?
It looks like a Dr. Demento ripoff.
Yeah, that's basically what he is. But he's been doing it for like 30 years. He used to just be in Chicago area, but now since MeTV came out, it's kind of across the country. But he basically just shows an old movie and talks about it in between the commercials. And something there's some skits and shit between. He's like an Elvira.
Like Elvira, but
yeah, exactly. Here's him with Elvira. But he goes back pretty far. He goes back to like the 70s, 80s kind of thing. He's doing it for a while. Still going.
We show like early footage of him, or are we gonna get taken down?
I mean, I could probably show you old.
Do you know the time limit? Is it like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 1? You know, like what are you allowed or allotted?
Well, I can show like if I search through this and just show images, then it's all good. You know what I mean?
Nice. That's a good loophole, actually.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
That's actually a really good loophole because then we could talk about every single post without having to get in trouble, but also cover like a wide range of things that are happening connected to it. So that's something we should go back to. Yeah. Damn. Dude, this safety that the Niners just took looks really good. I kind of wish the Giants got him, but it's whatever. I'm not happy with how they drafted.
Yeah, so far I really like it. It's been very good. I like that they're just not trying to force anything, just kind of go with what's there.
Exactly. Yeah, and they didn't trade up at all.
By the way,
like,
here's
there's so many teams trading up and giving up so much.
Here's the digitally de-aged Joaquin Phoenix that apparently is a character in the movie. By the way,
it's like so creepy.
It's like a big character in the movie. Apparently, I don't know. It's weird. I've only heard this movie's fucking terrible. It sucks too because I really like Carrie Astor. It's like it's shitty to hear this, you know.
I wish,
but this happens, man.
That I came across because it's something that I know Dave would have like appreciated visually.
When you let
look at
when you let like a director overindulge, this is kind of what happens. This is like what you get. You know, like
No,
this is exactly what you get.
Pete, this is like a trope that's gone on for centuries. Like you give a director way too much money, he will make some awful, self-indulgent biopic, borderline epic. You know, like it happens so many fucking times. It's almost
Yes,
like
I'm
a
I'm pulling up another
like a
one.
meme or something.
Oh yeah,
It's a
I'm pulling up
joke.
this movie called
Yes,
Toys
ex-
by Barry
exactly,
Levinson. This is exactly that. It's like
exactly. No,
this is Ari
you're like
Aster
pinpoint. Like,
back in '92.
and this movie's creepy,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Really
bad,
creepy.
really creepy. I totally
I
agree.
loved it though. Like, as a kid,
No, I did not like it as a kid.
I
That's
I
funny. I
I
hated it
rented
as
this
a kid.
fucking movie.
I did
I did.
not like
I
it.
hated it, but like I loved it because of what was like available. We like rented this fucking movie out of Millstone Liquors, like the whole section or whatever, Vesuvio's, like 20
Oh no,
fucking
no, you're talking
times.
about
Like there
the
was
video
just nothing
store,
else.
the video store by Vesuvio's.
Yeah,
You
like
were
literally,
right
this
there,
movie
man. You were right there.
was
I
the
forgot about
only
that.
thing available.
I was more a blockbuster child in East Windsor there, which I think now
Yeah,
is a Five Guys. Now it's a Five Guys.
that and Freehold were my main blockbuster places. Your spot and Freehold. I worked at the shop right near that blockbuster, and I would
Dude,
walk there and like rent stuff. It is
East
so fucked
Windsor,
up thinking
East
about it now.
Windsor had a fucking Blockbuster that was good, but they also had a Hollywood Video that was pretty good, and then the 7-Eleven would also have rental movies.
It's just so
It
it's
was,
so sad to
I'm
think about
sorry,
now
it
that
wasn't
like
even 7-Eleven.
I
It was a
was
mom
like
and
kind
pop
of
rental
enthused that
store.
worked I worked near a blockbuster that I could like go to all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I miss
And like
Betamax, man.
you remember
Betamax
like
was
those
good.
new release shelves where it would be like the same movie with like 40 fucking copies lined up? It's like, do we really need this amount of inventory? I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, where they'd be fucking like 50 copies across the whole board.
Right, like a whole staircase, like monument built to like you know whatever shit just came out in the last 2 months.
Oh man, like people, these young kids these days don't get how good it was having that. It was nice.
Well, they also don't understand the consequences of not returning a movie. You know,
There wasn't that big of a consequence.
there's
You could always like,
financial repercussions.
I don't know.
It's like a book,
I think I have some videos that I never returned ever. I don't know.
really.
I think you just pay $10 and they let you have the tape. I feel like I remember that. Like if you didn't return the
I don't know
tape,
if you should.
if you didn't
I don't know
return
if
the
you
tape,
should
you just
admit
pay
that,
ten
man.
bucks and then you're good.
I might have to turn you in,
I don't know,
depending on
man.
the.
I think I have a Halloween copy from Blockbuster that's, I don't know, 25 years old now at this point, probably. Way more, maybe. I don't know.
Still, the fact that you have blockbuster stuff makes it worth some money. I think.
I don't think so,
Like,
man.
there's not a lot of that shit circulating.
I got a Blockbuster membership
Like,
card right here.
it's got the logo, the blue and yellow logo in plastic and shit.
Oh, I don't know, but I have a membership card somewhere around here. No, I got that.
Yeah, but doesn't it have like personal information on it?
Good. Yeah, I
Actually,
got it.
I remember that. I remember that
Oh, man,
Blockbuster
this is awesome.
complex pretty vividly. There, Blockbuster was on the end, and then there was a Rita's ice cream or some type of thing to the right. There was some weird supermarket off-brand, some pet store, and then if you drove down a little bit, there was a Burger King or something, and then this pizza place that was pretty good that we went to a bunch of times in this complex.
This is my Blockbuster card. It was issued 1994. Oh man, the member 1994.
That's in your wallet?
I used to always keep it in my wallet. I feel like I really need to put it back in my wallet because it's just kind of nostalgic.
I have You want to hear something funny? I have a Brookdale thing in my wallet that's like probably as old as that, and I used it at this car wash for a college student refund. They gave me like $5 off.
I'm gonna definitely keep that Blockbuster. I'm not gonna put it in my wallet. I'm
and,
gonna probably better just to
and
preserve
like
that thing.
when they were looking at the car, like they didn't, they didn't give a shit at all. They the fact that I pulled it out was enough. You know what I mean?
Oh
Pause. Let's not clip that and put it out of context.
They should be able to you should be able to go to 7-Eleven and get a pack of Newports for having a Blockbuster card. You're like, here's a pack of Newports just for having it.
Without paying?
Oh yeah, should
maybe
be the case, man.
You
Bring your Blockbuster cards, get a Newport pack. Get yourself a carton.
Why do you think Blockbuster failed?
Because they didn't. Because they're idiots. They had an opportunity to buy Netflix. Netflix came to Blockbuster and said, "Buy our shit, buy us out, so that you could be the next thing." Selling DVDs and then probably doing the streaming shit. They're like, "No, we like our platform."
It's so bad.
That was it.
They were like the standard. How do they not know how to adapt and keep going as a company?
Well, think about this. What about MySpace? What about MySpace, man?
It's so embarrassing.
What about MySpace? How MySpace should be where Facebook is now. If you really think about it, they were the first.
No, but MySpace was doing a lot of music shit. Facebook never did anything like that. They never even bothered.
But I mean, that's not really the point. It was just that the fact that you had a platform,
is more like
a social media platform, is what I really mean.
SoundCloud or something.
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, that's not what most people use.
Facebook's really more for like political ranting and all that kind of shit. It's
but I mean, not most people use that for that.
To release music.
No way, man. Different. No, it was a social media. There was a few people that released music on it. I would not say it was a music platform.
No, it was like pre-SoundCloud, pretty much.
It was but I would also see
that and like
no. There was a different. There was a thing. What was it? Pure Volume. Pure Volume was
Pure Volume. Yeah,
was the SoundCloud. MySpace was just a social media. It was basically Facebook that didn't take off. I would not say it was a music platform at all. Because most people were not using it for that. Most people were using it for their own space, like Facebook became. Facebook essentially just took it over. Here's a de-aged fucking Joaquin Phoenix. This looks creepy. Let's look at this. Let's look at this close up. Let's zoom in. Enhance on this here.
We've been looking at it for like the last 20 minutes. What are you trying to?
I'm looking at it better. I'm looking at it really close now. Does this look like Joaquin Phoenix's face?
Oh god.
Computer enhance.
What are you doing to us?
Computer enhance.
Yeah, this is like it's like a what's that Tim and Eric shit with Paul
enhance.
Tame,
yeah. We're back to 100% here. What's next on my list? Next on my list.
Like a hybrid. Pete, can you make a hybrid meme where this character and Tane are like mixed together?
Could. But I don't know if I will.
Whoa, what's up with this Marvel Studios?
Next on my list here.
White guy.
Josh Gad. You know what I'll have to say? I think Josh Gad is funny. I think he's a funny guy.
I like him too.
I think I like him. Like, really it's funny. I actually like him. I don't have a problem with Josh Gad.
Mel Brooks or something?
Yeah.
It was not bad.
Yeah, it's funny. Like he's someone I would think I would not like, but I like Josh Gad. I have no problem with him. He was in Curb. He was funny in Curb.
It feels like when.
Did you see the Curb episode with him? Did you see the Curb episode with him? I don't think you saw that last season of Curb, but he was in it.
No, my Apple TV got restricted.
He
HBO off.
He plays a doctor that has underwear that has a bunch of holes in it. That when he bends over.
I saw that. Yeah, man, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's his. That's his.
You know what's weird? That's not that different than when Charlie had those like disintegrating underpants. That,
it's basically the same joke. Yeah, it is.
Do you think he saw that?
I mean, probably. He likes a lot of. I know he likes a lot of like TV and stuff. so he probably saw it. He's used Kate Olsen in Curb. She was the Cheryl's sister, so maybe he's never used any of the
Yeah,
other
you're right.
actors, but Kate Olsen was definitely in it.
That's a good, and she had major plot points. Remember, like when
Did a
the whole like
few.
fake baptism, where he was trying to stop it from happening, but he didn't even mean to, and then everyone loved him.
Yeah. So
And then
Disney
he fucked the
releases
whole wedding.
the first poster
Oh yes.
poster for Ursula,
Oh, okay.
Melissa
That looks
Carpenter, the eel goddess here. Fucking
cool.
terrible.
Yeah, this looks
So apparently
pretty good.
she begged to portray Ursula in The Little Mermaid. So it wasn't even like
You know
embarrassingly
what's
take this
weird?
pic.
Her name looks like Halle Berry. To where are they just casting her because her name looks like you're gonna think it's Halle Berry in it?
No, I don't know. I think she is I think she's a singer, so I think
It's
maybe the
Halle
kids know who she
Berry.
is. Maybe those kiddies know who she is. But I certainly
I know,
don't.
but it seems like a weird psyop.
I mean, I
where
feel bad for her
you have to
because
think
how
it's gonna be Halle Berry and then it's not.
her name is. Oh yeah, is it Halle Berry? Wait. What's this
It's
bitch's name?
Halle Berry.
It's like Halle Berry, but it's
Halle Berry.
Haley.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like this is a weird psyop that we're getting brainwashed into.
Yeah, I don't think I even know how to write this girl's name. I don't think I even know how to write it out.
Just put mermaid or
Okay.
put like
Holly Berry is her name. Holly Berry.
right. I
Holly
mean, that
Berry.
feels more like a marketing tactic than
Holly
somebody
Bailey,
wanted
not
for the
Barry. His name, her last name is Bailey, not Barry. Bailey.
Right. Yeah.
Jesus
No, I know.
Christ.
You
Look at
see
that.
what's going on.
Look at that space between her fucking nose. Jesus Christ.
Her eyebrows are a little overplucked.
Yeah, I saw this joke where it was let me see if I can find it. It was like her since
She's
her
friends with
eyes.
she's friends with Zendaya.
I mean, who's not, right?
She's
Come on.
she's been Zendaya approved.
She's in dire proof for sure. Zendaya, man, come on. She's got that. She got the
It's a
Spider-Man
market mover.
role. She's got all that shit, man.
You kind of stop there.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
I know you said all that. You said one thing and then all that shit, and then I just
That might
I
be
didn't
about
know what
it.
else.
Yeah, that might be about it.
Oh no, she's got that HBO fucking show, Euphoria.
Oh yeah. She's got that. I mean, I feel bad for this girl because she's good looking. She seems cute. I've heard she's a good singer, but she's put into this part that's very controversial. You know, she's put into
Good
this
singer.
very.
Okay, you wanna play some of her music?
No, but I've heard she's a good
Or we can
singer.
get
I'm sure she's a good singer. Come on, that's not hard. Who's not a good singer these days?
Damn, she's actually kind of yeah, she's not bad.
No, she's pretty, but she's
But they're like
definitely
pulling the shit out of her forehead. That
she's definitely got
you know who she reminds me of? That blue singer in
You see this photo I
that
found her?
with the
It's got a
Fifth
big
Element. She reminds me of the blue person in the Fifth Element.
got
Has
a
that
big
got memed yet?
space between those eyes. Look at this photo I found. Look at this meme I found here. Got a big space.
This is really good. This is a good meme.
You remember that part
I told
in
you
the
about
Spider-Man
that
2?
man. Like that was real. Like somebody really like put in these gross fake cocks for his face. It felt like
you know what's funny? She looks like an alien hybrid.
It's one of those memes that is so devastating that it could just ruin your movie without you even realizing it. You know, like
Yeah.
you don't know why people are hating on it, and then you find out it's like you're a complete joke online.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when I'm looking at this girl looks like an alien hybrid. When I really think about it, all I'll say is that
She
she
does.
kind of
She does feel. I don't. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but she
she's
feels a
cute,
little bit deformed.
but she looks like an alien a little bit. She's got
She
big
feels a little bit
space.
deformed.
I mean, look how far that is between her eyes. I mean, I think she's very cute, so I'm not gonna say she's not good looking, but there's a big space between her eyes. Like it's just there. Come on. But Melissa McCarthy. Oh God, we can talk
She
about.
feels like a
Oh
live
God, look how gross
action.
this is. As soon as I click over to Melissa McCarthy, it gross you out. Ugh.
I don't want to say that.
So Melissa McCarthy said, as soon as she heard about this movie, she threw herself in front of his car, the director that she means, and I begged him. I didn't really, but I begged him to talk to me. That part is
Ugh.
true. I spent more time with Little Mermaid than probably any other movie, which I didn't really think about until Rob is like, "Did you see this a few times?" And I'm like, "Well, now that you ask me, I've seen it a weird amount of times," which could have frightened him. Luckily, it didn't. Okay, interesting. Melissa McCarthy. I'm not a fan.
I feel like we've all seen The Little Mermaid a weird amount of times because we had
I
no
don't think
fucking
I've really
choice.
have. I don't know. I think I've seen it a few times. It was never one of my
I've seen
favorite.
it. I've
I don't
seen it
know.
more times than I've ever wanted to, just from having other people watch it, and I was there. You know
Well,
what I
if you
mean? Like it's not something I put on.
so you went under the sea a few
Oh, that's a
times.
weird. Yo, that looks like some World of Warcraft fucking uh animatic.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen any of these live action Disney movies, like the cartoon to live action? Because I don't think I've ever seen
I
one.
did see a
Never
little
seen
bit of The
one.
Lion King.
Yeah, I've maybe seen a little bit of that, but never like more than 5 minutes.
I don't know how I saw it, but I saw some of it. That's about it. That's all I can give you. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like they just
but
have
I'm
this
not watching.
pursuit to make all their
I mean, at the same time,
animations
you
into
gotta realize,
movies.
like, this is their like Fern Gully or whatever that we had to go and
Well,
see
Fern
when
Gully
it
was
was
actually pretty good. I kind
selling.
of liked Fern Gully. I've seen that
Well,
a lot.
how much of it?
I've seen that a
Go back
lot.
and rewatch it. Like, how much of it is that it's good, or how much is like nostalgia?
I mean, I'm sure a lot of it is when you're a dumb little. I mean, I used to like Gnome Named Norm a lot. That was one of my favorite movies. So, like, you got to put that
I
on
never thought
context.
that you liked the movie. I just
Oh
felt you
no, I liked
you
it a lot.
thought it was weird and wanted to reference.
No, I had a. There was a when I was a kid, I liked that movie. I thought it was good.
Okay, so you were you like renting it
Yeah, I think I owned it. I think I taped it.
from where? Where'd you get it?
Well, I used to. We used to have the. We had a hot box. So all right. So context. I've always been a pirater. I've always been a pirater of torrents of other things. But pre all that,
A what?
I had a hot box. Maybe that's what started this whole pirating fascination. But I had the hot box where you can get the free pay per view channels.
So you're a self-proclaimed pirate.
Right. But I would actually, when I had those pay per view channels, I would actually tape everything. So I would have tapes that were like, I would put it on LP, the long play versions, and I would tape like 2 movies. So each tape would have like 2 movies that were taped from pay per view. So I remember I'd known the norm from that. Probably a lot of other movies too. All my VHS were never bought. They were all like stolen. It was all just taped.
I mean,
I have
that's
like
good because
very few taped movies that, or like bought movies rather. I have very few bought movies that were actually like in a case, like bought movies. Everything was pirated. Especially back then. I was an early pirate to this shit.
yeah, I have so many burnt CDs still that I have no. Uh, I mean, I have a couple ways, but not many ways to play them still. And I think that like if you tried to find them online, the files are not there. So
Music's not
at
that
a
easy
certain
to
point, it
find
becomes rare
anymore.
there.
Like downloaded music's not as easy as it used to be. Unless I'm not looking. I don't really look though either. That's another thing. It's like I'm not really looking. 'Cause I have
I don't know. It just
Spotify,
it
so
depends on like the site because a lot
Spotify
of
is
times
pretty
I would
good.
have a really good site and then it would get no. It's not even that. It's like a lot of times I'd have a good free site and then it get caught and canceled, and then I'd have to find a new one, and then that one would get caught and canceled. It's a lot with streaming, uh, for like sports and stuff. Like a lot of my sports streaming stuff, I'll find it, and then after a while, it gets caught up to people are all on it. It's too popular, and then it get canceled. And it's gone. You know, like you can't get to the site anymore.
Yeah.
That'll happen over and over and over.
Wow. Did you realize that this Little Mermaid is from 1989? I didn't know it was that old. Hmm.
Which one? The original?
The original, the animated one. Yeah,
Well, I don't.
Disney.
I don't remember shit about it because I was like 2 fucking years
Yeah.
old.
I mean,
So
all I can remember is Disney had a big run of stuff that really hit. You got Little Mermaid, you got Lion King,
for
you got Beauty
me,
and the Beast,
what
you got Aladdin, Mulan, not so much,
for
but I
me
would say that Aladdin was the cutoff.
the yeah, for me, like the big ones were Lion King, Aladdin, and
Well, Aladdin like kind of geared more towards
Fantasia.
guy like
Fantasia was
boys.
big for me.
Well, that one doesn't make as much sense. But Aladdin geared more towards boys at the time. There wasn't many boy Disney movies, but that one kind of geared that way. Maybe Lion King did too. Like Beauty and the Beast was very geared towards little girls. Little Mermaid was geared towards little girls. You know, like Aladdin was not as much. Probably one of the better ones too. Aladdin, I always liked it. Good video game too with Sega and Nintendo too. I think it was a Nintendo game as well. I think it was ported to both.
Do you remember the first time you played a game on like a handheld?
All right, the first handheld game I was probably Tetris. If I had to pick a game, probably Tetris on Game Boy.
First one I ever played was it was like a Sega system, and it was
I think I had
a pinball
okay.
game,
I had
semi pinball game.
I had the original Game Boy before I had Game Gear. But Game Gear, I remember definitely played Sonic first.
What do you mean? You still have it? Like you still
Yeah,
have it at your house?
I have all those old systems still. I don't think I'd really want to sell those.
Really? 'Cause they sell for like $100.
I don't think
People don't even care if they're broken. They
I don't think
just
I'd
want
really want
them.
to sell them because they're just like relics of the
I
past.
wouldn't
I don't know.
either. Yeah, I know they're awesome. I wish I never fucking lost my Dreamcast because
Well, the funny thing is, I
those
might even
games are
have it
fucking awesome.
right here next to me. There's a good chance. These drawers right next to me used to have Game. No, I don't think I have it. But I have a little music thing here. Let's see if this picks up on the mic.
Yeah.
It's a good melody, right? Did you hear that at all or no?
Play again?
My dog's very intrigued by this.
I can't hear anything.
You hear that?
There's like some flicking in the distance, like some ASMR.
Well, if you don't hear that, I don't know. But Javier Bardem is going to play King Triton, the dad of Ariel. Doesn't make any sense. How do you have some Spanish guy that's going to be the father of a obviously black girl? What are you going to do there?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like people don't even want to question it to where you can do whatever you want. You know, you can have like whatever combinations you feel like.
Well, we'll see how the box office goes for this. Let me look at this other article here. Yeah, you can see Javier Bardem as King Triton. You can see David Diggs is gonna play Sebastian. Prince Eric is the Spanish looking guy, I guess. Jacob Tremblay. That name sounds familiar. Who's Jacob Tremblay?
He's in that Brie Larson movie, The Room, where
Oh, he's like a little kid.
uh,
Oh, I remember him.
they're locked up together. And
Yeah.
he's also in that Boys movie that Seth Rogen produced, where
Oh yeah.
it's kind of like that's like really weird pre boner type of movie.
Yeah,
You know,
Doug told
going
me to
back
put
to
that
like
on a list.
boner stuff.
It's called Good Boys. Good Boys.
Yeah, but it's like so out of that entire time period. You know, like people stopped trying to make those movies a long time ago.
Oh, by the way, with the draft, is this going to fourth round or is this just a third round? The Giants are done, right? Giants are probably done.
I don't know. I thought you told me it was second and third.
Well, I know it was second, third, but I don't know if the Giants did. The Giants have just 2 picks. I don't really remember.
Oh, well, yeah, they could. I mean, they can always trade up and get more picks. I think they just had two though. They went center and then wide
The
receiver.
receiver, yeah, they're probably done. Probably done at this point.
No,
I'm trying to think.
I think if it's only 2 rounds and they only have 2 picks, then
Oh
they're
yeah,
probably
there's only
done.
like a
It's just
couple picks left. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 6 picks left in the whole thing right now. As far as tonight, then tomorrow they do the draft picks. No one gives a shit about 4 through 7. It's like basically,
You never know. What people
oh,
can
you never
still
know.
hit.
It's true. You never know. You can hit on people.
Like
Brady, 7th round pick. Everyone always
Victor
tells you
Cruz?
Brady. Remember that?
Well, Victor Cruz was somebody I remember you telling me about
Yeah.
how great he was in the preseason.
Yeah, he
And
looked
I just
like
wrote it
super
off. I was
good.
like, yeah,
He had like
whatever.
these
I
like
know,
epic
but like
preseason
you
games,
were
and it was
actually
just
like
like
you were the one
crazy.
to like bring him up to me, and then I drafted him a little.
He looked
bit,
like
just
amazing.
like being a homer, and got so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, he really was good for like 3 years, probably at most. But yeah, he was good.
Well, if he didn't get hurt, he could have been on like a Hall of Fame.
I mean,
Type.
I could be wrong. I don't know how long his career really went.
It was like
Maybe
5
3?
years, maybe.
I don't even know if it was that long, to tell you the truth.
I mean,
I don't know.
football is that brutal of a sport. If you get that long,
It was 3.
it's significant.
Yeah, so
it's
2011.
hard to.
Oh my god, dude.
Fast.
His first year, he had 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns. Crazy.
He's a rookie. I know. And that's where everyone in the entire industry of fantasy football realized, like, we need to pay attention to preseason shit. Like,
Yeah,
we
and
need
then
to pay attention to.
his next year after that, he had 1,000 yards with 10 touchdowns. And then after that, he had pretty much 1,000 yards with 4 touchdowns, and that was pretty much the end. So he had like 3 years. But he had a good 3 years. And then all his postseason stuff was good.
Down,
Won a
right?
Super Bowl, too. Won a Super Bowl. So that's a big plus, too.
His touchdown rate went down because they got Shockey and Plaxico Burress, I think. You know, like people that were taking away from him in the red zone.
He would have been post Shockey, by the way. He would have been post Shockey. Shockey would have been the
you're
first.
right.
Shockey was Shockey was early.
This is
Shockey never won a Super Bowl
right?
with the Giants. I think Shockey won a Super Bowl with the Saints, but I don't think he won it with the Giants.
It was either Kevin Boss or like early Evan Ingram when he was actually active.
You know what's funny? What does Jeremy Shockey do now? Like, you haven't heard about him for fucking
He's probably
years.
an analyst or like sportscaster somewhere, I would think.
Okay, no, never mind. I'm wrong. He won the first. All right, so he won a Super Bowl with the Giants, and then he won a Super Bowl with the Saints with that Drew Brees.
Shockey?
Yeah, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner.
But he's also one of the greatest tight ends in the history of college football. You know, like if you look up career stats and all that kind of stuff, it'll be like him and I don't know.
Yeah, he won that
Oh
first.
shit, Jack Nicholson. I didn't know I didn't know Jack Nicholson was so functional.
Nah, man, he's basically. I think he's got dementia. I don't think it's really been publicized, but he's really out of the limelight, which kind of sucks. Cause
Watching the Lakers game,
always loved Jack
I'm watching the
Nicholson,
Lakers
man.
game and they just showed him.
I mean, I don't think, honestly, it's sad to say, I don't think he's got too many years left on this earth. You know, probably a few more.
Well,
He could be in that Deadpool.
I know. I was about to say, like, it's even worse than that. It's like we had an entire
We had a whole stream about.
podcast, the odds of him going.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at the Laker game right now on the floor.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay, cool. Because I remember he wasn't even going to those, so that's a good sign. I think he stopped
you know
going
who
for a
Austin
few
Reeves
years.
is, by the way?
What is that? Would you say it again?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. That name sounds familiar. Who is that?
He's this really corn-fed middle American white guy that's on the Lakers, undrafted,
Okay.
and he's like their best player now, behind LeBron and Anthony Davis. It's really weird. It's like a strange phenomenon that's going on. And,
Wait, Anthony Davis is on the Lakers? Anthony Davis is a Laker?
Yeah, he's been there for a few years now.
No, not a few years. Maybe this year. Maybe 1 year. I don't think.
Do you see that commercial I sent you with Kiki Palmer kissing this like liquid person?
Yeah, I saw that. The Starry commercial.
Doesn't that remind you of that Busta Rhymes video with Janet Jackson, where they like transform the liquid stuff and like fly through the air?
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, I don't remember that. No, I remember the "Oh My God" song with Tribe Called Quest. I liked how Busta Rhymes was part of their crew. It was a good mix of throwing someone in there.
He wasn't a part of their crew. He was
part of the tribe, man. Part of the tribe.
Well, no, his group was Leaders of the New School, and he was a part of that. And then they did like a posse cut with Tribe Called Quest, and that's where you know him from. He was never like a part of their group.
He's in like 3 videos of a Tribe Called Quest. He's part of the group. Come on.
He's in Scenario. He's in
more than that, man.
Yeah.
The one with where they. All right, let me think. Trying to think this. Busta Rhymes, Tribe Called Quest. I know he's in a few.
Hold on, look up "What's It Gonna Be" by Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson. Like, watch that fucking video.
All right, he's in Scenario. He's in Oh My God. He's in Rumble in the Jungle. Mix of the Fugees with Tribe Called Quest.
I know the other two.
He's in Check the Rhyme. He's in a bunch, man. He was part of the. He was definitely part of the.
Yeah.
He was a part of the crew. I think he's just kind of like not exactly officially.
And getting filmed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's
Quest is fucking good.
Yeah, really good, really good.
Production.
Yeah.
Q-Tip's
one of the best rappers of all time.
Fife is a really good rapper.
I think he's dead too. I think Fife died. I'm not really sure, but I think he died.
I think he died like 2 or 3 years ago now. He's been dead.
Yeah, Fife died. No, he died in 2016. He died a while ago now. That sucks. Yeah, and he was really good too. Really, really good. Like a fucking little guy.
I mean, they
5'3".
Were so consistently productive and like good overall. Like their entire discography is so solid.
Yeah, so he got really fat and he got diabetic, and he died from diabetes, pretty much. That sucks. That's like you could have prevented the death.
What's fucked up about diabetes is sometimes you'll have to get like, I mean, they don't do it
Oh,
anymore.
never mind, man. He's been diabetic since 1993, so that was before he was fat. He just had bad diabetes.
That's why they broke up and Q-Tip went solos, because he couldn't tour.
Yeah, that sucks. Because I think Fife was one of the better things about that band, to tell you the truth. It was kind of a combination of him and Q-Tip that were good. The 5-foot assassin.
Well,
man.
I mean, the third
5-foot assassin.
The third guy is just their DJ.
Yeah,
but he also helped on production and stuff. Like he was co-producing a lot of stuff with Q-Tip. And
Ali
Fife is pretty
Shaheed
much
Muhammad. He's still alive. Ali Shaheed Muhammad. He's still going strong.
Yeah, but Fife is completely just a MC. Like he didn't do anything other than rap, which is why he's probably so fucking good. You know, like he completely was focused on that. Q-Tip though, produced a lot of it with an MPC, and a lot of the samples they used, you know, the like laws and stuff are different now. You can't really get away with trying to do half the shit they actually used.
Yeah, man, Fife Dog, bro. Malik Fife Dog Taylor. Only 45 when he died. Terrible. Terrible.
They have a lot of good shit though. They have like tracks that almost feel like ambient music. You know?
Have you seen Busta Rhymes lately? He looks like really fat. I don't know if you've seen him in a little bit. Yeah, he does not look good.
I saw some meme of 50 Cent saying that he had the fattest neck in hip hop. I don't know if that's.
Oh, I saw Busta Rhymes. His neck might be comparable.
Somebody said he had a gullet, that's not good.
I mean, look at Busta Rhymes here. He just does not look like very healthy. He doesn't look like the Busta Rhymes I remember. And he's got to like sit. See, look at Busta Rhymes here. He just looks fat. Fat and like not like what you remember. No dreads.
Yeah. I feel like he should have made enough money where he doesn't have to keep doing shit. You know,
I think he kind of has. I think he just wants to do this for. He probably paid for all this. You know, like the video. Probably just does it to do it.
Bulletproof Skin. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's Skillibert?
That's probably probably someone he's trying to push. You know what I mean? Like probably whoever he's trying to push, he's gonna pay for it. He's probably just being nice. I'm sure that's what he's doing.
I can't even like.
Skillibret Ben. Who fucking knows?
It's probably like some no-name asshole on this label he's trying to make work.
All right, so my last topic here. Disney's Peter Pan and Wendy. Did you know there's a new Peter Pan movie? I don't even know if you've heard about this. You heard about this? You read about this?
I saw the trailer.
Okay.
No,
you heard about this? You read about this? You saw Johnny Carson talk about this?
Johnny Carson's dead.
Well, whenever I say you heard about this, you read about this, that's basically a Johnny Carson homage right there. That's what he would always say. He'd be like, "You heard about this? You read about this?"
Johnny Carson.
That would be his introduction
Johnny, what are you talking about?
Well, that's when I say all this stuff. That's my homage to Johnny Carson. You heard about this? You read about this, John? Peter Pan and Wendy. The director defends the decision to add the girls to the Lost Boys. Movie should be for everybody. What do you feel about that? Do you think movies should be for everybody? Do you think they should be for an Indian-looking Peter Pan? And Jude Law is Captain Hook? It's ridiculous. I don't think you really want your Peter Pan to be eating curry. Maybe that's just me.
Who's the top? Is that Tinkerbell?
That it would be Wendy. This movie is based on. I mean, again, I'm gonna say this. This movie's not for us. This movie's not for anyone of our age bracket. This is for little kids. but it's a Peter Pan and Wendy movie.
I know, but we can still we can see what the fuck they're doing.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
I liked Peter Pan as a
whatever.
kid. I mean, I actually pulled this up. Do you remember the
I liked
what
Hook.
what makes a red man red song from the first Peter Pan movie from
Well,
1956?
wasn't
Very racist.
I don't know about you,
We
but
can get to that.
wasn't Hook kind of creepy with having
Well,
like
Hook
an
was
old
good,
man
man.
hanging out with all these little kids and shit? You
Yeah,
know,
but in this movie,
maybe
they
we
race
just
swapped. They race swapped Tinkerbell to make her black. The Lost Boys have
but think about
women in
this:
it,
like
have
instead of like
girls in it.
race swapping, we got psyoped into like a whole Weinstein universe where 40, 50-year-old Robin Williams is hanging out with a bunch of kids. You
Yeah,
know,
it's kind of weird.
what's that about?
Yeah, but look at this. This Peter
Like we got
Pan.
our own psyop going.
Look at how bad this Peter Pan trailer was ratioed.
We
It's
get the
got
pedo psyop. They got the social justice psyop.
this Peter Pan trailer has a fucking over 500,000 dislikes, while it only has 51K likes. Like a big fucking discrepancy of what people actually like in this movie.
So they're getting ratioed.
Oh yeah, this is like the whole Peter Pan, Wendy, all this stuff has been completely ratioed. But the director is
Have you ever gotten ratioed on a tweet?
no, I don't tweet enough really to get ratioed. But I mean, I just don't get any attention at all on these things, so I can't even say I'm ratioed or not. I guess I'm always ratioed, really, when you look at it like that.
I mean,
I'm
it's
I'm always punching up on Twitter. I'm punching up. I'm like a minority. I'm punching up.
yeah, you gotta. I mean, especially without the blue. You
Oh
need to
yeah,
get the blue.
dude, you should. I actually, honestly, when I was talking, you really should get the blue. You really should. I was even reading about it. What was it I saw? You can edit tweets on with the blue. So you can, if you mess up, you can go and click edit once you post it and edit tweets. So that seems like a valuable thing for the blue.
I've never really, I've never really worried about getting shit wrong because everybody gets shit wrong, and we
I just thought
know
that was
we're
kind of
gonna get
cool.
shit wrong. This
I
is,
feel like, I mean, that's a feature that probably
I
should
know,
for
but
free, right? For
I don't
free, you
want
should be able to edit.
I don't want to like
I don't
create
know.
this blind revisionist history of everything I say is right because I'm clearly not going to be right all the time. It's not realistic to happen.
Oh yeah,
Even when
so
I run good.
the director of this movie said how they took away glowing from Tinkerbell because we all imagine Tinkerbell as glowing, but then you're like, where's the light actually coming from? Do her wings light up? Question mark. I mean, who gives a fucking shit? It's a fucking fairy. Why are you putting reality into this? Like
I thought
no one
her
gave a
I
shit.
thought her wings light up because she's sort of like a lightning bug. Like she has cells in her body that just are going to create the substance that
Yeah, she's a fucking fantasy fucking creature.
makes
That's what
her
it is. She's a fantasy
glow.
creature. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid of like a person
No, it's a
and like
fairy. It's a legitimate like mythological creature. Go back to like ancient Celtic times. This is a legit mythological creature here. Any kind of UK
I
or
know.
um Ireland creature here. This is popular. It's a glowing being. It's a
Yeah, it's
little
like those
glowing being.
little elf houses that we were talking about earlier.
You don't have
And
to
also,
logically think about where the light is coming from. That's retarded. Like don't put reality
I've
into this.
heard Bjork say like people where she lives like really believe
Well,
like
most people in
really
Iceland
believe
still believe in
that
trolls.
elves and dwarves and
Yeah.
all that kind of shit really exist, and they
Oh yeah,
respect
yeah, yeah.
them
It's
as
part of
like
the
we
mythology
have
and
to
the
live
history
with
of
instead of like
those Norse
jokes
cultures.
that are
Yeah.
not real. Yeah,
Yeah, trolls, elves, dwarves are all part of the Norse cultures. So they kind of still believe in it. I don't know how much they do, but it's still part of their culture. But I mean, to think that you need to really like come up with where the light is coming from fucking fairy is retarded. Also, it's like I'll say this: it's like, do you really need to race swap a fucking fairy?
it's almost like
Come on.
the franchise is getting like what is it when like the government comes in like an audit, and they have to have a reason for everything that you're doing. It's like scientifically or logically. It's like it's just fantasy.
Started.
It's bullshit.
Exactly. It's fantasy.
Made up crap.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, you
And I
don't need
mean,
like a fucking entire history on it.
and you probably
Made
shouldn't
up
race
bullshit.
swap. Like, you shouldn't race swap a fairy. Fairies are all right. Fairies are from either Norse mythology. They're also from Celtic mythology. They're also from Britannia mythology. So it's like, obviously we're talking about white people. You probably shouldn't make your
I
Tinkerbell
know, but
black.
at
You know
this
what I mean?
point,
Like, come on.
everything's so
I know you
controlled.
have to do that,
They,
but
they should be able to do whatever they want with it. It's like so far beyond like some, you know, close knit like history of family talking to each other. I mean, it's like it's made up cartoony, like bullshit.
yeah, and they also in this new movie they fixed Tiger Lily apparently. So Tiger Lily is not so racist. They made I don't know how you did that, but I mean I will say this. Did you ever see the old Peter Pan movie from 1956, I believe?
Peter Pan or
59?
Hook?
No. I'm talking about the old animated Peter Pan movie. I want to say it's 1956. I'm going to look it up right now.
No, I don't.
Let's see if I'm
Am
right.
I gonna read that shit? I wasn't even born yet.
Well, you never saw the Oh, it's
I mean,
it's
I've seen it, like, on
1953.
Disney Channel. Like,
Jesus
reruns,
Christ.
yeah.
It's 53. But it was pretty racist. They had all the I'll say this. It was definitely racist. They had all the Native American characters like bright red. They had a song called What Makes the Red They had a song called What Made the Red Man Red. I'm going to go through the lyrics here. Why does he ask you how?
I remember like when we first started doing like Ganja and stuff. I had a whole series on racist TV shows and movies, and that was on. That was definitely on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna read these lyrics here. It is very racist. It's like woke society or not, this is a racist fucking song. Why does he ask
Yeah, I mean,
you
it's
how?
it's like that song in the South shit.
Yeah, right.
You can't get away with that kind of stuff.
How does he ask you how? Once the engine didn't know all things that he know now, but the engine he sure learned a lot, and it's all from asking quotations how. Hannah
How?
Mana Ganda. We translate for you. Hannah means the mana, and Ganda means that too. When he first says ugh, when did he first say ugh? In the ancient book, it says, when first Brave married Squaw, he gave out a big heat. He gave out with heap big ugh. What made the red man red? Oof. This is. I mean, regardless, very racist. So I get it. You want to change up that. Ugh. I mean, they're gonna remake everything here. I mean, we're looking at live action remakes.
Animation's got a really dark, grim history.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's awful. All
a lot
those
of work
like,
attached to it
Sambo
too.
fucking cartoons, tons of Song of the South. That's Disney. Like,
Oh yeah,
tons
man.
of awful shit.
Like the main animator for Disney at the time, I forget his name, but he made all those really racist cartoons. I'm gonna search this. There's a guy who really worked close knit with Disney, who made all the racist shit.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, there's a couple of really racist cartoons that are like locked in the vault too. I know that. Like you can't see Song of the South on Disney Plus. That's been removed.
No, they are like hoping and praying that it's forgotten about forever.
Yeah, it ain't. Because that's the thing is like when we were kids, that was still you can go still see that. I mean, I remember watching it, Zippity Doodah and all that shit. That was around.
Your Larry David's at the Laker game.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought he's a Knicks fan. Motherfucker's a Knicks fan.
He lives in LA.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Howie Mandel's there too. He looks really weird.
When does he not? Come on.
Got like well, he looks like albino now. Like he did some like skin bleaching.
Okay, so nothing's really changed.
What was
Okay.
that animated show that he fucking did? Bobby's World.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was I always liked that. All
Yeah,
right, so
I'll give him this. Like he's a hack and he sucks, but he knows how to make fucking money. Like
yeah, he's got
hustles.
that show.
That's,
He's made his money. He knows what he's doing there.
yeah, he's like he's the white Steve Harvey.
Yeah, he's like the Black Larry Bird, right? That's Riff Raff. Riff Raff's the Black Larry Bird. He's a
You
white
can
Michael
twist it a lot of
Jackson.
different ways. Yeah.
He's a white Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Black Larry Bird, white Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan rather. Who's the closest? I guess white Michael Jackson is Justin Timberlake. Would that be the equivalent
Yes.
there?
Yep.
Yeah.
With Timbaland producing all his shit.
Timbaland. Oh man, that goes back now. Come on, shit. Are you still watching at ABC?
Well,
Because they got some dark shit going
forget
on
that.
there.
You probably don't even remember Timbaland and Magoo, who was like he had this really awkward, weird, high pitched voice.
Mr. Magoo? Mr. Magoo?
No. Google Timbaland and Magoo. He was like
Timbaland Magoo.
Timbaland was the
Sounds like a
strictly
joke.
producer, and Magoo was the rapper MC on all of his production.
Timbaland and Magoo. This sounds fucking fake.
And he sounded like blah, 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 like really high pitched, goofy voice.
Based out of Norfolk, Virginia. Oh my god.
That's how he met Missy Elliott, I think. That's how they linked up. And Aaliyah. He did a lot of shit with Aaliyah before she died. Yeah, I love Timbaland, man. His production's amazing. Like
Was he just like he was mostly a producer? He was
really
mostly a
weird
producer?
samples and stuff within all his beats. Like
Does he
like all
still
his
do
stuff for like Aaliyah, he would put in like weird baby cries and stuff within
Oh,
all
that
the
wow, wow, like that sheep sound.
yeah. Tell me you're somebody. Yeah. I
Tell
think it
me
was
that you're somebody.
connected to either connected to the Clumps movie or it was
Oh, it's
that
definitely
Dr.
this Clumps
Dolittle
movie,
movie.
man. See, I like the
with
Jack
Eminem.
Black parody of that, the Fatties. I think I like that better than the Clumps.
Where everyone just fart. Well,
I'll honestly, I'll put that Fatty, that fake trailer on probably like once a month just to watch that. It's like it still makes me laugh so much every time.
Man. That's a fucking good movie.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll say this: I tried watching it recently, and I don't know if it's that good. I don't. It's like there's parts I like. Right, there's moments,
bad, but it has very memorable sequences and characters.
There's very good moments, but overall watching it, not that great experience. But yeah, there's really good moments. There's the Tom Cruise moment with McConaughey and Bill Hader,
who's like the director that can't handle what's going on.
Steve yeah. What's his name? Steve Coogan. Yeah, he's funny.
Good. I like him.
No, it's like the whole movie is cast very well, and it is true. It's like
Larry David.
There's so many good parts of that movie. It just overall, it's not that good. I wanted to like it. Like I went back and watched it, and I was like, oh, I really want to watch this because it's like I like the movie, I like all these parts. And I was watching, I was like, oh, this movie's not that good. Besides from like a few parts. Like I hate I hate Jay Baruchel. I just hate Jay Baruchel. I think he's fucking terrible.
Who's he?
The guy from Man Meets Woman or something. He's been on a few things.
Yeah,
I just don't like him. I'm not a fan.
A whiny, miserable, annoying bitch.
Yeah, and
what's the movie where
at the time he was very
world's happening with Seth Rogen?
World's End. Yeah, that movie sucks.
Yeah, he fucking sucks.
That whole movie sucks. I would say it sucks. And at the time I kind of liked it, but then when I like look back at it, no, that movie sucks. Besides from the Danny McBride, like Mad Max shit.
Realize like how awful and obnoxious actors are.
Yeah, and
They're
it's like
just like useless pieces of shit.
also very self-relating. Like, don't you guys think we're so funny, us Hollywood actors? Like
Yeah, well,
that's like
I mean,
essentially
that
what
goes back to
the theme of the movie
Ari
is.
Aster meme.
Yeah.
That goes back to the Ari Aster
Like, aren't we so
meme
funny?
where
We're all
both his
Hollywood
eyes are
actors.
cocks and then suck them off like Seth Rogen and Danny Elfman or whatever.
Danny Elfman.
Not Danny Elfman. What was the Seth Rogen partner?
What's your favorite?
Seth Goldstein or something. You know what I'm talking about? Seth Rogen has a writing partner.
Alex
No, no, I thought Seth Rogen has a writing partner.
Yeah, Evan Goldberg.
Shel Silverstein.
Evan Goldberg is his name. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's his
Yeah,
writing
yeah,
partner.
Evan Goldberg. But
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff with
Silverstein's
him.
good too.
I mean, I don't really know anything about Evan Goldberg except for that he's his writing partner. I don't know anything details about him.
Yeah, same. But I know that he's almost like a silent partner. He's the brains but like Seth Rogen's the sex and the body they're trying to sell, and then he's the brains behind it.
Yeah, he's the sizzle, and Evan Goldberg's the steak. One's the sizzle, one's the steak, right?
Right. It's like a fajita getting brought out to your table.
He's got that Jewish Jew fro sizzle. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
Seth Rogen's very unlikable. Very
I
unlikable.
always had I always wanted to get a fajita, but
Never had
I
a
didn't want
fajita?
the whole like birthday cake treatment where they, have like 8 people roll it out on a fucking plate on fire and then you eat it in front of everyone.
Well, it's good, but it's just see, I've always liked fajitas, but I've never liked the peppers and onions. And the peppers and onions are kind of what is that whole like rolling it out. Like that's the whole rolling it out, but I don't like that part of it.
If they're like cooked as shit and like
I mean, peppers
caramelized.
sometimes are okay. I don't mind peppers. Onions, I'm not in.
Peppers are weird because they're so like full of liquid. It's hard to really. It's hard to cook them. You can char them over like a intense flame, but it's hard to really like roast them.
My whole thing, I've always noticed that just peppers have like they give you intense acid reflux. So I'm just not a huge fan of peppers, even though I don't think they're bad taste.
Yeah, no, I
It's
agree.
just big
It's
acid
not really
reflux.
something I've ever bought or like ordered at all. Whenever I get them, they're like a garnish that I don't want or something, or like just like thrown on.
But they don't have a bad taste. Like they have a good taste, but it's not my favorite thing. Onions, and the same thing with onions. Onions have a good taste, but I really don't want to eat them.
No, onions, you gotta like be careful. Like they have to be done a certain way. I
No,
can't.
I'm not
like,
eating them.
Put it in, like,
Let's say if there's an onion flavor,
it's
onion
so
flavor,
lazy. Like I hate that shit.
like a Mirepoix.
I hate
Think
when,
about
like,
that.
you order
Think about like a
salad and they
Mirepoix.
just dump a bunch of old onion in it, like half chopped up.
Right.
Like, it's
no, I'm not in
awful.
for that. But think about like a Mirepoix. When you use the flavor of an onion, it still is good. But not the onion itself.
I looked at a French restaurant. I know carrots, onions, and celery are like the staple of
a taste. Yeah, like a flavor
you literally
compound.
You just have to ratio it correctly. That's all. And
right.
The main thing about it is like how absorbent the carrots and celery are. Like they just soak up all of the liquid and dry it out when you cook it.
I had to put on Tropic Thunder because I was watching it, so I'm watching that now. I'm seeing Danny McBride right now blow shit up
with yeah,
who's I'm trying to say
Chewbacca, fucking Nick Nolte.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely like one of my. I was like first getting like stand up. I liked a lot of Patton Oswalt stuff, like all his stuff.
Dude, he was very funny at first. I think he just sort of got a little too Hollywood, a little too woke. Now he
got lost in the sauce.
Dude, now he's just completely like Hollywood's bitch. That's like all he is.
Yeah, he's a figurine or a puppet.
Oh yeah, it's sad too because it's.
Man. I mean,
I mean,
You get
making up,
the.
he like apologized for being friends with Dave Chappelle. Like, you're just a complete bitch at that
I mean,
point.
that's bullshit, man. He should have been backing him up.
Yeah, I mean, like, come
They came
on,
up together.
one of the best
Like,
stand-ups of
do
all
you remember
time. Like, it's just
do you
dumb.
remember like that compilation, like where it was like all these comedians sitting down eating food together, and then they would break away into like having little like 5-10 minute segments of their routine, and then it go
Yeah.
back to them talking.
Hmm.
Fuck was that? Was that? I don't know if that had to
Was
be
that
on
like
Comedy
Brian
Central. I just
Posehn?
weird.
Was Brian Posehn in that with
Yeah,
the
it
girl who
was
did
like
the
it was
voices?
like
Who's the
4 or
girl who did
5
the
different
voices?
people at once.
Who's that comedian who did the voices? The girl. She'd always do voices. Fuck, what was her name?
Um, was she on Home Movies?
Um, no.
Was she on Flight of
She
the
would.
Concords?
She wouldn't have been on. She
Oh,
could
oh,
have
she's
been.
blonde, right?
Yeah, she's blonde.
And she did she
Maria
was
Bamford. Maria Bamford.
Garth.
That's her name.
Yeah,
Maria
she was Garth
Bamford.
in the later movies, right?
Yeah, Bamford. Maria Bamford. Found
Not
her.
Garth. She was like Garth's girlfriend,
Right.
like imitation version.
Maria Bamford. That was
Yeah,
called the
she had like
Comedians of
entire specials
Comedy.
and stuff.
The Comedians of Comedy is what we're talking about. It had Patton Oswalt, Zach Galifianakis, Brian Posehn, Maria Bamford. It had Eugene Merman.
Jeff, the guy from Curb, Jeff,
Jeff Garlin.
yeah, Jeff Garland. I don't remember him really being a stand-up.
Oh man, they also had special guests of Paul Scheer, Rob Hubel, Aziz Ansari, Human Giant. I loved Human Giant.
Yeah, I did too. That felt like
I really love Paul Scheer. Paul Scheer was funny. I don't think you see him too much anymore. I'm sure he's still around, but he's still married to June Diane
um
Raphael.
maybe he just more like production stuff or
No, I think he's still
writing.
around. I think it's just very. I think he still does probably bit parts.
Well,
He's
he
still gonna
got so
work.
like memed out from what's that show? Uh that fucking football
He's,
or the
he
maybe the
does do a
show.
lot of. I'm
The
looking at.
League.
Yeah, exactly. He does a lot of voice parts still. He still does. Okay, he's in Star Trek Lower Decks. Oh man, Picard was so good. That was fucking great. That was one of the best things I've seen. Really is one of the best things I've seen all year.
Human
Shocking.
Giant though, definitely. Like that is like another thing that was very underrated. Oh, and
Oh
also
yeah,
Stella.
yeah. I mean, Human
That
Giant,
and Stella
Stella,
was
gonna go.
very
Even
good sketch
what's his
comedy.
name? The three of them. Were David Wayne, Michael Ian Black, and what was the name of that? Was that Stella? What was the name of
Stella.
that? Oh, Stella. Yeah, yeah. Stella and Human Giant are gonna go down as like some of the best old comedies. Like it'll be known. Like
Also, Strangers with Candy is pretty fucking good too.
Stranger Things can is all right. Wow, everyone
That's
did. A lot of these actors did
that's
Animals.
UCB,
Animals
isn't
just
it?
was just. I tried to watch it. It was just not good. Not good.
Watch what?
Animals, like, because all these actors, I see Paul Shears in Animals. I see a lot of good actors in here, but they're just not good.
Well,
Um,
it's animated, so they're
yeah,
just
but
doing voice bullshit for money. I
I
don't
like
care.
I like animated. It's just I would rather have something be good. I feel like it was
Well, you
very
like South Park. I mean,
I mean I like animated stuff. I like South Park. I like old Simpsons. I like old Family Guy. I like some American Dad. So it's like I'm not against animated. I have no issue with it.
I never really. I don't know American Dad. That came out at the same time Cleveland Show did, right?
Well, American Dad was
Both spinoffs.
actually like kind of when Family Guy went downhill a little bit. It was kind of when American Dad. I mean, it's good because the
When they're
alien
trying
guy
to
is always
salvage it.
funny. The alien guy is funny. Roger. I remember talking about this with Dave. Like there's a period of time where American Dad was very funny. Now all of it's just not that good. South Park has still stayed strong. They're just very good with keeping up with the times.
I didn't know until today. Somebody I worked with told me that Beavis and Butthead got rebooted
Yeah,
as a
The
TV
Beavis and
show.
Butthead TV show was actually pretty funny. I saw an episode.
I just thought it was like the movie that we watched.
Yeah, no, but there was a movie, but then there was a show,
So the
and
movie must have made
started the
enough
show.
money to where it warranted. Uh,
I don't know. It could have been all planned at once. But
yeah,
one
you're
episode I
right.
saw
'Cause
was really good. You ever hear about these escape rooms? You ever hear about escape rooms?
yeah, there's like clues you have to figure out
So
each
one
stage to eventually lock yourself out of it.
Yeah, so Beavis and Butthead did an episode about escape rooms. I think it's really funny. They like went to the bathroom in an escape room and they thought it was the escape room. So they like basically the whole episode is them in a bathroom and they're just trying to figure out their way out of a bathroom. It was pretty good. So they're like
Even
flushing
though like
down
the door
toilet
is open
paper
the
and like
entire time, and
yeah,
people are walking in and out of it.
exactly. Yeah, pretty much. It was really good. Everything I saw from that
Mike
whole
Judge,
season was
Mike
really
Judge
funny.
has a lot of really good shit other than just Beavis and Butthead too. You know, like
I mean, I've never been a fan
Office
of
Space,
that King in the
obviously.
Hill. I never liked King in the Hill.
I hate King of the Hill. I fucking hate it. I had a roommate in college that would watch it 24/7. That
I
and
mean,
that Sony show and like
when I
two movies. Those two franchises.
when I think back at King of Hill, though, it did have more quality than a lot of things today. Like I'll give it that. I never liked it, but it
What
was.
channel was it on? Was that Comedy Central?
I think it was Fox. It was on Fox.
Fox. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it credit that I think it was better than a lot of things today, but I never really liked it. I think it really appealed to more Southern people. Like, I
That
might have liked a few of things. I mean, I might have liked that one character Dale was kind of funny, but I mean that was it.
that movie though he had with Luke Wilson. It's
Yeah,
like
Idiocracy is great.
it made me feel terrible.
Dude, Office
Same
Space.
with Wall-E, man. Like
Office
both those
Space is
movies,
great. Office Space, I love.
both Wall-E and that movie feel like way too realistic to a possible future we
Yeah,
might have very
but
soon,
definitely,
and I don't want to accept it. You know what I mean?
yeah, but definitely Mike Judge. I like Beavis Butthead. I like Office Space. I like Idiocracy, but it's uncomfortable. I really love Office Space. I like a little bit of Silicon Valley, like the first season, but everything after that, I kind of was like,
I
eh.
saw the first season, but after that, I just didn't like the characters that much.
No, I didn't like enough to keep going with it.
And then I don't know. It's like it, a lot of times when like the first season has like a gap or something, it's hard for me to
Yeah,
like reconnect. It's a whole bunch of shit's changed and stuff. Like that's why the boys like I started watching the second season, but everything just felt so off and weird and
yeah. I
different.
stopped watching that show
I mean,
completely.
mostly because it's
Although I will say it's like a very good take on stuff. It has a Watchmen type vibe to it, but better than the Watchmen show. The Watchmen show was kind of shit. I don't know if you
I
saw
didn't know it was a
that.
show. It was just a
Yeah,
movie.
there's a Watchmen show on HBO. It was not good. A lot of race swapping and other things, of course. It was not good.
Yeah,
They
it's
made
not really surprising.
yeah, of course. They made Dr. Manhattan black, of course. That I really thinking back of like the old Watchmen movie and Big Fish. I really like Billy Crudup. I think he's actually a pretty good quality actor.
Yeah, but apparently he's a complete scumbag.
Really, I didn't hear that. The scumbag?
Oh, I just saw the Flash trailer for the first time.
I don't
I thought
know.
this movie got canceled.
No, man. For some reason, I'm telling you that actor has seen too many producers' dicks to get canceled. He knows he can like point them out in a lineup. So
Oh my
he's
god,
set.
bro! Like people at work today were talking about um
Ezra Miller is set.
Fucking uh, they were talking about what's his name? Not the original, the Tim Burton Batman, Michael Keaton. And I was like, what? Why is everyone talking about Michael Keaton? And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
because
oh
he's gonna
fuck,
be the new Flash. Yeah,
he's in this fucking movie.
he's playing Batman. I'm cool with that. I like that
Good for him,
idea.
man. I'm glad he's still getting stuff.
I mean,
It was just weird because I was
in a
confused. I was like,
perfect
are they making
world,
like a Birdman 2 movie or something?
in like a perfect world, there should be a Batman where he's Bruce Wayne as an older guy, and then you make Batman Beyond, and you have a young actor play Batman, and he's still in the show or in the movie, probably better as a show. Batman feels very episodic, so probably better as a show. But Michael Keaton should be involved. He really should be like the old Bruce Wayne. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really pay full enough attention to the trailer and what his role is going to be.
I think there's some multiverse thing happening with Flash or something because
No,
he's
it's looking
he's
like
so quick, so he can go
old
back
young
to
version of Spider-Man.
universes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
they
think
just did
there's
that shit with
something with that.
Spider-Man and it worked well.
Yeah, the multiverse thing has been kind of almost overdone. I think everything
It's getting to
everywhere
the
all at
point
once
where
kind of did it
they're
best.
gonna beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, and
That's
everything
all it takes.
everywhere. Right.
For one thing to make money, and then 100 fucking people trying to copy and rip it off.
Well, you know that the Everything Everywhere All at Once directors were Marvel directors, and they like left Marvel. So they wanted to do that for Marvel, and they didn't really let them. So that's why they made Everything Everywhere at Once.
I don't see like the kind of stuff they're trying to do being that widespread, like easy to market to,
digest. Yeah,
to superhero stuff.
Dude, people hate that Everything Everywhere All at Once movie. It winning the Oscar only hurt that movie. Everyone who's above 35 fucking hates that movie.
What are they saying?
Well, like I talked to a guy at work. He's like, I mean, he's in his 60s, but he's like, this is the fucking movie that won, and I don't blame him. He's not wrong. It's like this is not the movie that should win the best movie of the year. Not that I don't like the movie, but I understand his opinion. Like I understand not liking that movie because it doesn't really appeal to everyone. It's not Casablanca. It's not Schindler's List. It's not Forrest Gump. It's not, I don't know, Apocalypse Now, Godfather. These movies, that movie does not appeal to everyone. The goofy sci-fi movie. That's what I saw when I watched it. I was like, I like it. I like goofy sci-fi movies, but that's me personally. You're 70 years old. You're probably not going to like fucking Everything Everywhere All at Once. You're going to be like, this is confusing. I'm turning this off.
Yeah, you don't even understand what's happening.
And I heard Dave's parents talk about that. Like, they turned it off. They're like, I don't fucking get what's going on. This is over my head.
Yeah, I remember they used to get those pre-Oscar DVD rips. Remember those?
Yeah. And also thinking back to the Oscars, it's like there wasn't really a movie that really probably should have been the best movie of the year. Maybe it would have been... maybe you would have chose something like Fabelmans or Elvis. That probably appealed more to the general public. Maybe even like not Mission Impossible, Top Gun. That probably appealed most of the public more. I think probably
when we were making bets, we were going off like how much money was made.
Oh yeah, it was Avatar and Top Gun. They made the most money. Top Gun made the most. Got released like 3 times in that year. 3 different release dates. It pretty much, honestly, it did save Hollywood. It saved Hollywood, Top Gun. Tom Cruise saved Hollywood.
I'll go back.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta rock a piss real quick. Let me put on this screen here. the BRB sign here. At least get it going. BRB. I am back though, by the way. I was actually just thinking. So I've now know my intoxication limit here. I'm at 6 drinks in. That's when I'm officially sloshed. 6 drinks. I'm pretty good. That's when I know I've hit that limit. I've hit that Robert Downey Jr. limit of being addicted to booze, all that shit. Are you listening to the riff raff?
Yeah, that Riff Raff song is actually pretty catchy.
Dude, I'm telling you, I heard that. Yeah, the stars. I got stars in the top of my car.
He's not doing his usual like crazy weird reference stuff. He's just trying to like ride on the beat and
No.
do some melodic type of thing.
Listen to that movie, or to that song rather. There's some references that goes on.
Yeah, he had a Glenn Rice reference, which is awesome.
Oh yeah,
Glenn
he's
Rice
got some
was a
references
really
there.
Glenn Rice is a really underrated scorer in the late '90s, early 2000s on Charlotte and Miami.
There's like a Barbara Streisand reference in that song. You'll see.
Yeah, everyone knows that fucking dinosaur-looking bitch, though. I'm talking about Glenn Rice.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that she comes up. That's all I'll say. She pops up. But yeah, looking at Disney's other live action remakes, they got they of course have Little Mermaid. They have the Moana.
Do they have a chart? Do they have a chart like the superhero shit where you can see the next 30 movies they have planned for the next 5 years?
Oh god, yeah, like those charts are like depressing to look at.
Disgusting how pre-planned all this fucking bullshit is.
They're like disgusting to look at. Like they really are. I'm seeing other charts, but I think we're a little too far out. No, yeah, there's a Toy Story 5 that's rumored. We have the Indiana Jones movie that comes out this year. Pinocchio, which we already have. Yeah, I mean, about these things have already come out. It's gross, man. They just anything. I mean, all right. So let's think of a movie that hasn't been live action yet. You know, I can't really think of anything. They've done Alice in Wonderland. They've done Maleficent, which is Cinderella. They've done Jungle Book. They've done Alice in Wonderland. They did Beauty and the Beast. They did Dumbo.
Aladdin was weird as fuck, man.
They did Aladdin.
Was weird.
They did every single one. I think this is the last one, Little Mermaid. What else can they redo? That's their big hits, right?
They milked the fucking shit out of it.
Maybe they'll do like maybe they'll start going to Pixar, do Toy Story live action. I don't know what they can do. I really don't know what they can do anymore as far as live action remakes. Did they do Pete's Dragon? They did Peter's Dragon.
Story live action be?
Like, they did Pete's Dragon.
Ryan Gosling in Barbie now.
I mean, I really don't. Oh, they did Pete's Dragon. Okay, this movie kind of sucked too, even the original.
Which one?
Peter's Dragon. I don't know if you ever saw the cartoon version of that.
I don't know that. No.
What they should do, man, is
She's looking good.
The Black Cauldron, man. That one's actually like, as far as like Disney stuff, that one was always fucking good.
Well, Pirates of the Dark Water.
That ain't Disney. But you ever see Black Cauldron? 1985. Like fantasy, sword and sorcerer shit. Pretty good, actually. The villain is like this fucking Dark Lord type guy. Kind of a Lord of the Rings ripoffy thing. Pretty good. Also, what's that fucking movie? They did a Disney movie that was really fucking dark, like weird. I think it's called The Black Hole. Black Hole? What's it called? Could have been like late 70s after 2001 came out. It's called 1979. Yeah, 1979, The Black Hole. This is something they could redo.
Black Hole?
Yeah, it's like kind of like weird as shit. Let me see if I can find some images of the trailer.
Where the fuck did you watch it from?
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. Like on VHS back in the day, like this was kind of like that's all we had.
I don't remember this. I don't remember that shit at all.
I remember this movie. Shit, it's like there wasn't much.
The No Stone video store?
Yeah, I mean, no. I was in East Windsor, but I don't know, it kind of has like a 2001 Space Odyssey vibe to it, mixed with like a Star Trek vibe. It's a weird movie. The Disney Black Hole. They did not make money on this. I know that. Like it was a big loss. The 80s was like their lost era of making money. And there's like it's like a haunted movie. There's like a Disney mountain. Haunted mountain or some bullshit. What was this thing? There's a couple of dark Disney movies that are like kind of forgotten in time. That's all I remember.
Like Watership Down.
No, that was not Disney. But that movie is dark as shit. I remember watching that at, like my aunt's house and being like freaked the fuck out, not knowing that it was not really supposed to be a kids movie. Thinking of live action features. What was this movie called? Well, they redid Tron.
I really don't remember watching Watership Down as a kid. I only remember watching it like later on after hearing about how fucked up it was. But
You
I
know what
probably
movie?
saw it.
You know what movie they can redo? I just thought about. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. How has that not been rebooted yet? That's something you
Because
could do.
it's people, it's not like animated stuff. You have to recast actors. You don't want to reboot something where they're not like made up creatures where you don't have to recast anything other than the voice. You know, that's why.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess you can't get Rick Moranis back, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's different between like a franchise built on real people and a franchise built on a bunch of drawings. You can manipulate that shit to whatever means you want.
All right, so yeah, there was a couple weird '80s Disney movies. Return of the Oz was fucking creepy. You ever seen Return of the Oz? Fucking
Yeah,
terrifying.
there's these like weird roller skate people that are like upside down with creepy fucking faces. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yep. And also the
That movie's
Watch.
fucked up. I
This
like it a lot. It's got insane set design.
this movie called The
It
Watch in
feels
the
like a
Woods
fucked up
was
acid dream.
this Watch in the Woods movie was really creepy too. I remember seeing that as a kid. Let me see if I can see a
There's
trailer.
a long history of like movies for kids that should not be for kids that are really good like that.
Yeah, I remember this movie. Oh, maybe they remade this actually. There we go.
I don't know what the fuck
Yeah, this
shit
movie was
is.
kind of creepy too. I just remember this being kind of scary. Disney made like a weird turn to make like more adult themed movies that kind of were psychedelic, like the early '80s, and I don't think it really worked out for them. Yeah, it was a weird time. Even their animation stuff was weird. Like the animated movies of the '80s for Disney was not that good. Like the Rescuers. You ever see the Rescuers?
No.
That was like the fucking mouse people that went down under. I remember liking that. The Fox and the Hound wasn't that good.
Oh, Fievel?
I think it could have been the people who did Fievel. I think they left after doing that movie. That's when they went and did their own company. Yeah, the Black Cauldron was weird as shit. It was a good movie. Play the Navigator, I always liked. What was it? Did you like the Brave Little Toaster? I always liked that one.
I mean, it made me feel horrible. So in a way, I probably liked it.
Yeah,
You see that Yellow Jackets TV show at all?
I've never seen it, but I heard decent things. I think it's
I
on
just saw a
Showtime.
trailer for it
I've heard decent things
during
about
the.
it.
I'm watching the Lakers and Memphis game, and they're getting uh, paid up for it. for that trailer or not trailer. That shit already came out. That's like DVD release.
That could be season 2. I think they're on season 2 right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
I think season 2 just premiered. That's probably what that's going on. Or decent things. It kind of sounds a little bit like a Lost show. I know it's about like a plane crash that I think is
Yeah, it does look like
mysterious.
Lost. I heard people. I don't know. A lot of people just like the soundtrack of it or something. They don't even. I
Really?
don't know how much they really care about the plot.
I know my girlfriend liked that show. She liked it. I don't really trust her opinion that much on TV.
I
She
really
likes
don't.
a
I
lot
don't
of
know much
crap.
about Lost at all. I've seen like a few episodes when Dave was watching it, but that's about it.
I saw like I can pinpoint that whole timeline. I saw 17 episodes of that show, and then I realized every fucking show is like every episode was like almost the same, and I was like, I'm fucking done. It's just a repeating process of the same fucking thing, and
It was
like
just
nothing gets
completely
anywhere.
formulaic over and over
Yeah,
and
it just
over.
kept being very formulaic, and nothing like the plot never really moved much more than like a centimeter. So, because they would always go back in time and show you these flashback episodes. I mean, it wasn't like not entertaining. It was an entertaining show, but it was just you got hooked on to see like where the story's going to go, and they never really moved the story along far. It was like you were only going inch by inch, where you wanted to see more development, and you didn't really get it.
Yeah, it sounds like very one note.
Yeah, I mean, I get it why it worked. I get why people liked it. It was very like mysterious. You wanted to see. They very hooked you into like what's gonna happen next. So it had that vibe.
Well, there's like a smoke monster or some shit, and then there's that fat guy.
No, not even just the details of the show, just the whole idea of like when the episode would end, you'd want to see the next episode. Like I think Netflix kind
Oh,
of
so
goes off
they would like abuse the idea of a
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger to
Yeah,
the utmost degree.
yeah, and I noticed Netflix now is that's like their big thing. It's every one of their shows is just like they always leave you off on a cliffhanger, like almost every episode. Squid Game was a good example of that too. Like they knew how to manipulate that, or they would leave you off just to see the next one.
Well, I feel like I haven't watched any of it, but that White Lotus season 2 feels like that too. Like there's a reason. There's got to be a reason why people are so fucking obsessed with it. They're like
Yeah,
manipulating him like that
I got to see
all
that.
over again.
I was watching some episodes, newer
You
episodes
know,
of
like I don't know if it's
Succession.
really that good. I feel like it's just getting like completely hyped up for no reason.
I like the director. He's very goofy, so I kind of like him. He did School of Rock. I think his name is Mike White. That's what I want to say. Creator director of White Lotus.
I know him. He's an actor too.
Yeah, but I think he's kind of slowed down on that. I think he's a little too old
So
now
he
for
was
that.
in School Rock as his
Yeah.
friend.
He's the substitute
Uh,
teacher or something.
yeah, he's directing all of White Lotus.
Yeah, he was always I think a director who just put himself in stuff.
Did you write it too?
Yeah, I think he wrote School Rock. He's I mean he's like I like his style. Like I'm sure I would like White Lotus.
I
I
know
just
he.
never gave
Yeah,
it a
that's
chance.
pretty. Those are like pretty big, successful franchises for
Yeah,
him.
it's like
Yeah.
appealing to different, like when you can write something that appeals to a lot of different, ages, groups, all that
Well,
kind
yeah,
of
he
shit.
wrote a hugely successful kids movie, and
Right.
then he did another version for adults that was really. Uh, I mean, I don't know. It seems pretty good right now. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Like people are gonna care, but he got
Not
a
too much.
season
I
out
don't
of it.
think too much longer, to tell you the truth.
Well, the first season to me was all about just the fact that Alexander Dario and Sydney Sweeney were in it, and then after that,
No, I think I think it's more about that Stifler's mom being in it, to tell you the truth, as far as when I
oh
look at
shit!
Hollywood.
Yo, did you see this new Little Caesar commercial with uh
No.
Eric Wareham?
No. That's weird.
Google it. It's about like pretzel crust and dancing hamsters. It's really fucking weird, and he's got a very Jewy kind of wig.
That sounds weird.
It's like a rip off of Groundhog Day.
Strange. This just came out. All right, let me see.
Hey everyone,
Pretzel
it's
crust.
Jim J. Pep again, and I'm sorry.
Wow, he's really doing like an Eric Wareheim thing. Like a really Tim and Eric vibe to this. That's fucking creepy. Oh, he's really trying to sell this. All right, interesting. I don't think I
Pretzel
mind
crust,
that.
yeah.
I kind of like that idea.
I might check it out. I might have to go to Little Caesars and find. I don't know where the fuck they are. Have you ever been to Little Caesars? Like
I've
that's not
never had
around
Little
here, is it?
Caesars. I'm not from Detroit, so no.
No, they're in New Jersey.
Are they?
I
See, like
think.
that like bothers me a little bit when we have all these
Google
pizza
it.
places that are so
Oh my
good.
god, what is he squirting on that shit? That's
Like,
not
why
even
would
like. So that's like not appetizing at all.
no, no, it isn't. Wow, so he's really pushing this. Interesting. I know he was a total shill for Little Caesars. I guess he's a Red Wings fan.
I mean, I only saw the ad like a week ago. I think it's new.
Give me corn on pizza. Is there corn on pizza or something? Corn crust pizza?
No, that's not. That's this feels like a Tim and Eric ripoff of.
No, I'm surprised they let him do this 'cause it's like almost demeaning their
I know
pizza.
it's funny. He has like a Tim and Eric ripoff of the actual real ad that he did for them, which,
Got
which
a
was
nice
not a
wig.
joke. Like he was serious, you should feel that shit.
I like the wig though he's got going. I'm on Little
Yeah.
Caesars TikTok page here.
It's
I like the
funny
wig.
that
I like the sunglasses.
he's their spokesman.
Weird spokesman to get.
I don't know who like I don't know who they think even remembers Tim and Eric that much.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a
they
good
don't even
point.
care about Tim and Eric. They just find him like really goofy looking, and they don't even realize he has like this entire history of similar shit. I
I
don't
think
know.
I think the weird advertising kind of sells. That is like remember Skittles used to do it
Don't,
with that
do you remember
that little elf who would do
after? Do you remember like after Tim and Eric got really popular, there were all these ads like the Old Spice stuff, and like really abstract, weird comedy ripoffs of their style. Don't you remember that? Like, I feel like they subconsciously influenced all those ads, even though they weren't like directly
Yeah, do you remember
referenced or
the
anything. They just
berries
ripped
and
off.
the berries and cream guy? Berries and cream Skittles?
Yeah, like all that shit. You know what
That
I'm talking
was
about? Like
from fucking that.
this whole like wave of like absurd, surreal comedy mixed in with like advertisements that felt just like the same type of editing and like pacing that they would do
Yeah,
and like
the little lad
tone.
who liked berries and creams. I got the image up right here.
I feel like this was
Is this what influenced Timothy
connected to the whole
Chalamet?
Nancy. Remember the Nancy Boy horror movie we
Yeah,
came up with?
that was basically this. You think Timothy Chalamet has been influenced by the berries and cream guy? He seems like a
He
major
looks
influence
a
for
lot
him.
like him.
The little
Violet
dad
Velvet.
dance. Yeah, I mean, he basically has the same haircut, same kind of look. I'm sure.
The little lad dancer.
Yeah, I'm sure Timothy Chalamet could wear the same athlete outfit and pull it off.
Ugh.
It's a good haircut. It's like the Bruce Valanche haircut. It's always funny.
It's
Like
just
that
so
haircut.
sad, like how desperate this motherfucker is that's playing this guy. How like degrading
Yeah,
he's
I
willing to
guess
be.
it's very degrading.
Awful, man. Like just to have any kind of acting career at all.
Yeah, but when you put it all
Ugh,
together,
man.
you get the little lad dance here.
Do you think there were like hordes of women that were just trying to fuck this little lad guy for a little bit?
No,
Just because how
not at
popular it
all.
was?
No, no
Like,
one.
you don't think they were like just regular guys trying to grow their hair cut out to look like him?
I don't think so. Like the He-Man haircut. No, I don't think so.
But without the whole like dress and stuff, they just wanted the haircut and just wear like regular clothes.
I mean, all I'll say is
Uh,
it's a funny haircut, no matter what era you're from. This will always be funny.
yeah, it's like the Shrek guy, the Shrek villain.
Oh yeah, it
They make fun of
is.
a lot.
It is like that.
Lord something.
It is like that guy.
Kumquat.
Yeah, that's it.
That's another name like Jonathan Jehemi Jigba or whatever. You don't want to keep having to fast forward, rewind.
There was only a few commercials. These
Weird.
bears and creams thing, huh?
There's these new NBA commercials during the playoffs where they combine LeBron James's son and the Fast and the Furious commercials together. It's really weird.
Does he like bears and cream? I only can
Man,
wonder how good this guy's desperate, man.
Yeah, he's so like, ugh.
The little lad, bro. He only had a few commercials, and that was it. It looks like just 2. I thought there was more than that. I thought it was more than 2. But it looks like just 2.
No, I think everyone was
Done after that.
good on 2. 2 was
2
enough.
was enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's memorable. I mean, I remember this guy. To bring him back,
Definitely.
he's
I do
probably
too.
50 years old now.
Not for any good reason. I thought he was creepy and weird and off-putting.
Yeah, this person did a video on candy
God.
commercials that haunt your brain. And wow, this is definitely one of them. It's true. All right, man, I gotta head out. It's a good stream though. We got Christopher Robin in. We got
We got a lot of
Miyamoto, James Gunn,
Yeah.
Peter Pan,
Got the draft in.
the draft, a little lad, all this shit, man. We covered a lot of stuff, a lot of topics, broad range. We hit all the topics. All right, later, man.
Both sides.
Both sides.